We should be on YouTube in a moment, and then we can begin this. We're gonna check out the October Gacha tier list. I keep saying tier list. Revenue list. We're gonna check out the October Gacha revenue list. All right. Hold on. I got the wrong one. My mistake. Okay. Here it is. No? There it is. Oh my gosh. I was looking at a snippet. Okay. I'm gonna finish the setup on it. I hate how the way Reddit does things now. It's so hard to fit everything correctly. Okay. So welcome everyone. We are about to check out the October Gacha revenue list. This will become a video in the future. You might be wondering, why didn't you cover September? I kept pushing it off and off and off, and I never did it. So this month, I'm going to do it early on, which is the idea. So yeah, we're actually gonna do it and make a video. I do cover these every month. It's just I don't always make it into a video. Okay. And I gotta use this one. Okay, we're ready to go. I thought that was out already. What? JJK Fan Parade is releasing this month, I think, so it might shake up this month's revenue list, November. Isn't it out? I've been contacted about doing a sponsorship for Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't know. Oh, whoops, I dropped my headset. I've already been contacted about all that stuff, so I don't know. Okay, you guys ready? Hold on, I should make a announcement on Discord first before we begin. Oh, also, if you guys know, don't spoil. As always, the rules are pretty simple. Don't spoil. You can talk about it after we see it, but obviously I haven't looked at it. You can talk about it after you see it, but not before. Okay. I forgot. October's Gacha revenue. Okay, let's do this. Okay, before we begin, slight change of plans. Tonight, we're supposed to do Nikke Anniversary Story. We'll move that to tomorrow. We are still going to do anime night, but it's going to be late. Why is it going to be late? I started streaming late because I slept all the way till 7:46 p.m. today. I was exhausted yesterday. We were supposed to rest on Thursday, but I forgot Thursday was Halloween. And so it was also Shay's debut as her new VTube model and everything. So I wanted to, I wanted to do something with her and everything. But yeah, I really shouldn't have streamed yesterday. At the end of every month, there's so many things I have to do before the month ends, and it just takes way too much time. But yeah, so we have to move some things. I didn't do the Predator collab or Predator at all, so that sucks. But yeah, the schedule was kind of hard to follow, unfortunately, just because of how many things were going on. I'm hoping things clear up. Luckily, Brown S2 X Senran Kagura, the collab, is now over. I finally got to play Since Memories. Since Memories is a visual novel series from 1999. So they've been around for a long time, and I wanted to try one of their games out, and I finally did. We did finish the Brownless 2 hard mode stuff, and so we finished everything. Nikke's second anniversary, we got to check it out. But the story, we'll do it tomorrow. So yeah, we're streaming one more day this week, and it was extra difficult because the day we put it on was the day I was extra busy on. So yeah, I'm gonna want to take it easy tonight, so we'll move the anniversary story to tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna do game night. I'm gonna try really hard to do the IRL PC building stream as well. I need to set it all up. If I keep this up, my PC will be dead before we even I don't think it's more than 2 weeks left before the radiator permanently breaks. So I got to fix it soon before I'm forced to fix it. But yeah, that's the thing. I wanted to do the IRL stream setup on the day off, except I didn't have a day off, so it's just rough, man. All this is just adding so much extra time. Also, I didn't know there was going to be a Soul Leveling Arise update that was such a big deal, which means I actually have to put in a solo level Arise stream sometime this week as well. I was trying to do it today, and I slept, which I need to do. Before someone says, a lot of the suggestions people give is like, why don't you schedule better? I am scheduled. The reality is, we're streaming so much more than I've ever imagined I would be streaming. It should get better because we're catching up. So eventually we'll fully catch up and there's nothing else to worry about. But yeah, it's not scheduling. I'm just doing too much. And I get all kinds of suggestions like, oh, you should do it off stream. Well, I already do most things off stream. Or, you should just drop a game. But like, well, what should I drop? And then someone said, by the way, I took the recommendation of doing a lot less Fae. We did that. And now, our average viewership is so low that I don't get sponsorships anymore. So, like I get the recommendations people give, but a lot of times the recommendations given, they're not smart. But people insist on trying it because it's, because in their minds it makes perfect sense. Everything people do and say makes perfect sense to them, huh? But yeah, like, I'm just saying, I'm not blaming anyone. I'm just saying, there's not really a solution. It's just keep up with it until we catch up. Then time will open up, or drop something. But again, there's nothing clear to drop. Like for example, if I drop Soul Leveling Arise, okay, great. But why that game over any other game? Like, we don't exactly have momentum in anything, anyways. I'm just pointing out like. There's no great gain on anything. Like, playing Fae a lot less didn't lead to any great gain. Dropping SLA is not going to lead to any great gain, because for those who don't know, SLA, I mostly just auto battle in it anyways, so it's not like I'm burning time on it. But that's what I'm saying. It's just... Anyways, rant aside, it's just a lot of recommendations, suggestions make sense to the people saying it, but it doesn't actually make sense in reality. Okay, we're going to move on. We're going to finally start the Gacha revenue list. Since the anniversary started at the end of October, I expect Nikke to drop for the month's revenue. Okay. Why? October was a pretty strong month. I didn't even look at it, and I already know October is a pretty strong month. Oh my god. Mono. Why? Does this need to be explained? Last month, I did not get to do the Gacha revenue list on stream because I kept pushing it off to try my best to stick to schedules and to get other things done. As a result, I never did it. The ideal time to do it is upon its launch, which is today. It came out 12, 13 hours ago. I know you like and care about Anime Night. I understand. But they don't have a clear... They release it some days later and some days afterwards. I'm trying to have a schedule, but there are things that will pop up that will change up the schedule. Like yesterday, I was supposed to be resting, and I couldn't rest yesterday because it was Shay's debut. It was Halloween. Like, I scheduled a day off, and I couldn't take it. I'm already extremely burnt out, which is why I slept all the way till 7:46 p.m. today, which means I didn't finish the SLA stuff. Man, things happen. I'm trying to keep up the schedule, but I think everyone realizes this, and I realize this especially. There are some things that are better for you as a content creator than other things. Making that video and making videos in general are great ways to progress and grow. But because we're trying so hard to follow the schedule, I'm putting off things that are really important to do. Just like how on the last day of the month, I have all these things I was supposed to do before the last day of the month. Why didn't I do it before the last day of the month? Oh, right, that's right, because we're trying to force things. We're trying to stick to a schedule so badly that I'm prioritizing it over other things. We keep this up, this PC will stop working, and then I'll definitely not be following the schedule at that point. But I have to do the IRL stream setup stuff, and I haven't done that. I haven't found the time to do that. That's gonna take hours. I don't. And you even asked me, hey, did you watch the Napoleon movie? No, I haven't, because I have to keep pushing it off. That movie is about 4 hours long, and I can't watch it because it's too long. It's hard to find that much block of time to just watch it. Don't burn out. That's easier said than done. There's so many things. Like, I didn't schedule for Soul of Arise update. I try my best to keep everything in mind, but it's really hard. The SLA update needs me to spend time in that game, which I haven't, because it's not on the schedule. It's literally detrimental to me right now to not do SLA. Is Mono even here? Oh, good question. What the fuck was the point of all that? Alright. I hate when people ask questions and they're not going to stay to listen to answers to it, but alright. You didn't read my moment? I didn't... Your moment? I told you not to rant and you did it anyways? I had to explain myself. Really having distracted thoughts. How is that a distracted thought? Gaming doesn't explain it, Mono. He just told me whatever. You ever wonder why the really, really big streamers don't bother responding to like anything you say? Unless you donate. Well, that's different. Yeah, because this is what happens. You don't even have to be a big streamer to get put through this shit. Anyways, we're burning time here, and I'm just gonna end up more upset over this. I thought the Senran Kagura event. Please look on the left side which states the day of the week it is, as well as the date. Monday, 28th. That means Monday, October 28th. Brown Dust X Senran Kagura. We did that. Tuesday, October 29th. This is the schedule for the week. I need a moment. I don't know what you guys are doing to me right now. I like how Andre says I have distracted thoughts. Then I respond to him, and he just ignores it. I like how Mono asked about anime night when I just explained it'll be later tonight. And then I go through all that explanation as to how keeping up a schedule is very difficult because there are things that will take priority. And I've already made a lot of sacrifices to try and keep the schedule. And now we gotta explain Senran Kagura, how schedule works, even though the date and times are there. Okay, can we just give me a moment? This shouldn't be this hard, guys. Come on, give me a break. As many emotes as you need, thanks. Hey, saying what's going on? I think my chat's trying to drive me crazy, but outside of that, we're gonna check out the Gacha tier list. Gacha tier list, Gacha revenue list. I like how before we even start this, I'm already out of energy. What are we looking forward to in the revenue list? Okay, let's start. Finally, a good question. Off to a great start? Yeah, I know. This is the problem of having a schedule, is that people want you to have zero flexibility.
My dark influence has contaminated the chat even in my absence.
Okay. Did I mention that my stream is trying to drive me crazy before we get anything done tonight? Anyways, let's try that again. Man, I am so out of it right now. I'm so out of it right now, man. It was requested? I know it was requested. I'm so out of it right now. Look, I can't. Okay, I try really hard when we make the schedule to encompass everything. We can't. I try really hard, but we can't. It's legitimately so difficult to do that. I wish we could, but we can't. I can't predict what's in an update. For example, there's news I need to cover in Fire Emblem Heroes update. I haven't done that. For example, SLA's update. I didn't cover it, nor did I even get to play through it. So, and that's detrimental. So I'll try to follow schedules, but please stop. Stop. Like, I know people only care about certain things, but please, it's impossible to do this. I cannot. I don't have access to this information. It's just a baseline. So I understand if people care about times and dates and whatnot. Like, what was I supposed to do today when I woke up late? Like, nothing. Like, I was already boned. Anyways. Okay. Here's Sensor Tower monthly revenues for 2024. October. We didn't do September, but we'll see them and do them today as well because it will show that as well. So here it is. It's by Number Lock BS 15 hours ago. You know, the first place I saw this list on was the Love and Deep Space Reddit page. And that was why I was so confused. I was just like, why is it only showing Love and Deep Space? Oh my god, Arrow, thank you for the $50. Oh, we're on the wrong stage too. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, man. Wait, you like Cindy more than SPS? But thank you so much. There you go. Sorry, we were on the wrong page. Probably good that we saw that. I was on a Love and Deep Space Reddit. Okay, so let's try that again. There's so many reshoots today. All right, here is Sensor Tower monthly revenue report, October 2024. If at the start of the stream today, I was trying to bring this up, and I got a notification of it going up. But you want to know where I got that notification? I got it on the Love and Deep Space Reddit r/Love and Deep Space. I got it from that Reddit community. And I was so confused because I copied it and I pasted it and I was just like, why do you only see Love and Deep Space? Why is everyone only talking about Love and Deep Space? And I realized it was the Love and Deep Space Reddit community. Hold on, I'll show you guys real quick. See? This is where I got it from. Sensor Tower monthly revenue report, October 2024. And then you want to know what they post? Oh wait, it was everything. Okay. But I was just like, why are they only talking about Love and Deep Space? Anyways, I guess that's a little bit of a spoiler. Love and Deep Space, to begin this this month off, is number 1 again. Monstrous. Absolutely monstrous. And I think they were number 1 last month too, and they were. For those who don't know, last month I couldn't do the Gacha revenue list. I kept putting it off to try and follow schedule, and then I'm never doing it, which is terrible. But anyways, so it would have been a big surprise last month to find out that Love and Deep Space is number 1. They have been doing really, really, really well. But number 1 well? That's something else entirely. So 55 million in September, and then 33 million in October. That's nice. Huge. I didn't know there were that many girl gacha gamers. And I know that sounds crazy to people, but whenever you look at the gacha breakdown of males to females, would it surprise anyone to find out that it is overwhelmingly in favor of guys? Overwhelmingly. Whenever I look at, like, and it's not just me, content creator statistics for gacha communities, it's almost always like 96, 97, 98. Like some insane proportion of male to female viewers, even though that's not literally like, oh, maybe just girls don't like watching videos. See, people like going with that argument. But no, it's the reality is just it's predominantly a male thing. So to see a game target towards girls, females, at number 1 in 2 months, is it even 3 months? I don't remember August now, but it's insane. Anyways, big money in China alone. Monster Strike, whoa, I don't even know what that is. Up by 4 rankings. Japan, 26 mil in September, 32 mil in October. I literally don't know anything about that. Naruto Mobile, still dominant in China. I don't know why they won't release it worldwide. If it's doing so well in China, why can't it do well in the entirety of the world? I don't know. 27.5 mil into 27.5 mil. Wow, stable. Genshin Impact, global, which is global minus China. 27 mil into 27 mil, nice. And then up 3 rankings is Genshin Impact China, 19.3 mil to 24.8 mil. That sounds right. For those who don't remember, October is anniversary? Yeah, I think it is anniversary. It's October's over now. It's kind of late. Or it was Shilonen and more new region stuff. Oh shoot. Yeah, that's the reason why. Anyways, that makes perfect sense. Genshin's always doing well, and October's historically one of the stronger months. I forget when it launched, but October is one of the earlier months, and so there's some spillover from prior months. Yeah, Shilonen, Nahida rerun, and also at the start of the month, I think we had that new character with the new mobility options, and it does a lot of damage. But yeah, I might be off about that. Because, again, there's a lot of spillover month into month, so it doesn't perfectly encompass banners. Alright, going forward, Honkai Star Rail down by 4 ranks, 36 mils to 24 mils. Still a strong result, no matter how you look at it. Man, the top end of gacha games are earning so much money. So, that's some dominance right there. Top 3, Genshin, Hoyoverse games are not even top 3. It's Love and Deep Space, Monster Strike, and Naruto Mobile for top 3. But then your top 5, your top 6, half of that is just Hoyoverse games. Going up 10 ranks, Puzzle and Dragons. Wow. At number 7, it's Puzzle and Dragons, 12 mil in September, 22 mil in October. That's big. That's a fairly old game. And that's Japan only, too. Honkai Star Rail China, down by 5 rankings. 33 mil in September, 19.3 mil in October. Yeah, I think there's like a bit of slowdown in... Yeah, I do believe that. In HSR right now. Rappa just got released, so maybe that'll turn things around. And I did feel like a lot of people skipped the girl with the red gloves. Oh, I'm blanking on names so much tonight. But yeah, October was fun. I enjoyed HSR in October as well, but yeah, it makes sense for the revenues to go down. But let's be frank here. I mean, when you combine the HSR revenue, they made over $40 million in a month. You know, it's like we're talking about this drop off when most gacha games would be like, wow, we would be lucky to earn that much in a year. So, yeah, that's significant. Next is Fate Grand Order, Japan only, 17 mil in September to 17 mil in October. That's huge. Wow. Fate Grand Order doesn't seem to ever die. That game is even older than Fire Emblem Heroes. But that's what it looks like to run a gacha game really, really well. AFK Journey, I'm genuinely surprised AFK Journey is still so far up. Global AFK Journey, and this is significant because for those who don't remember, I believe in August, or was it September, they released the remaining servers for AFK Journey, so it's now truly global. And so they had a huge gain, and they were really high up. But to see that it's only a 7 mil drop-off from a launch, that's significant. So 11 mil in October. Summoner Wars, this is probably the oldest gacha game on top 10. Or it might just be outside top 10. 9 mil in September and 10 mil in October. This is the reason why I don't like hearing excuses from the Fae community or any community that are like really old. They're just the idea of that, hey, just because a gacha game is old, therefore it will perform poorly, doesn't fly with me. Because you can look at Fate Grand Order and Summoner Wars. Both of those games, Summoner Wars is over a decade old. Fate Grand Order is reaching a decade. Both of those games are, you know, still going very strong. Idol Masters next at 8 mil in September and 10 mil in October. I don't have much to say about that. Love Life is better. I guess I did have something to say. Zenless Zone Zero. Okay, now it's a couple months after its launch, so the luster. Well, not a couple months. It's more than a couple months, but this is normal for gacha games. When it comes to Hoyoverse, they always launch every game with so much hype that I think the hype period of the first 2 months gets extended to like maybe even 3 or 4 months. Is how much hype that I think Hoyoverse games draw in. So during the hype period, you get explosive growth and you get your revenues to be really high and it declines slowly. But people don't spend like that for the remaining of the game's life period, obviously. The launch is always one of the strongest periods and then it becomes a seasonal thing. So going off of that honeymoon period to only drop off to 10 mil after all this time is significant. I know a lot of people like ZZZ more than even HSR and more than Genshin Impact. This game is doing way better than I ever thought it would do. For those who don't remember, Punishing Gray Raven was a similar kind of game, and it almost never did well. Almost never did well. That's why I never thought this genre would work. When people play mobile games, they want to just take it nice and easy, right? They want simple gameplay. They want pick up and play. They want auto. They want skips. They want to be able to manage their time really well. And I didn't feel like ZZZ did that. But with their recent updates and whatnot, they've really cut down on the amount of time you have to spend in the game. They've been listening and they've been adjusting. And of course, it's Hoyoverse at the end of it. So yeah, great result still after all these months. $10 million. It's a very niche kind of games. And to see them this high up, just mind-boggling. I would not have bet ZZZ to be this high up. Yes, they're outside of top 10, but still, that's significant. Hatsune Miku Colorful Stage, 6 mil in September, 9 mil in October. I don't know what happened here, so I'm not going to say much about it, but, I think when it comes to, like, gacha games you can recommend to the average Joe Schmo, do people even say that anymore? The average person, it'd probably be like this. Like, hey, do you enjoy music? Yeah, then you should play Hatsune Miku Colorful Stage. That's a really nice pick up and play game. And you feel good playing the game, too. Anyways, it's truly relaxing, so I understand why it does so well in Japan, where Miku does even better. Okay, up 16, Beyond the World. I think this is targeting girls again. 5.5 mil in September, 8.2 mil in October. China's gacha games, huh? Wow. How come these games don't do well worldwide? The reason I bring this up is like Love in Deep Space is #1, but where's Love in Deep Space worldwide? That's not only in China. So, it's just, these games just do way better in China for some reason, huh? Alright, finally we get to Nikke, global. 14 mil in September and 8 mil in October. No rank changing. Fair enough. This was to be expected. I would say it wasn't guaranteed for it to do this much worse. Going from 14 mil to 8 mil, that's a big gap. But everyone knew in November we're going to get Anniversary, which just began, or end of October, sorry. And of course, you would be saving during that. And while Phantom, Quincy are really interesting Nikkes and really strong Nikkes, yeah, probably made more sense for most people to skip. As for the second half of it, what's her name again? The rocket launcher, grenade rocket launcher, burst generator Nikke, Romani, there. For whatever reason, I can remember their faces and what they can do, but I can't remember their names. But yeah, Romani is a PvP Nikke, very specialist. So yeah, probably for half the month, people didn't really spend. Next is Dragon Ball Legends, up 18 ranks. This is global. 5 mil in September and then 8 mil in October. Nice. One Piece Bounty Rush, 7 mil in September, 8 mil in October. Again, that's another older gacha game that's been around for quite a while. Pretty good. Blue Archive, Japan, up 7 ranks, 6 mil in September, 7 mil in October. Understandable. Blue Archive, I feel like, if you wanted to play a casual gacha game, and that wasn't a musical game, let's put that asterisk there. It's probably Blue Archive, because I mean, for people who like waifus, and for people who just want to have a more relaxing time, like you don't have to try particularly hard in Blue Archive. Yeah. I'm always surprised by how well it does, because whenever you look at Blue Archive as like a game to stream or a game with videos, it just doesn't do as well as other communities. That's not to say there's no big Blue Archive content creators. That's not true, but it is for its rankings. Like that game is clearly top 20, top 15 on most months, and it's just surprising that they're not. Maybe it's bigger in Japan. It's definitely bigger in Japan. Anyways, Blue Archive. Whoa, I just noticed Uma Musume Pretty Derby down 13 ranks, 24 mil in September, 7 mil in October. I don't know anything about this game. I just know the anime is kind of weird because you have horse girls riding horses. I don't know anything about this game. Oh wait, no, I do know something about this game. It's coming to the West, isn't it? Okay, that's gonna be interesting to find out what happens here. But yeah, 17 mil difference. I don't know. Wuthering Waves Global went from 6 mil to 7 mil. Can we have a moment of silence for Wuthering Waves? This was supposed to be the Genshin killer. And a lot of people to this day still tell me it is better than Genshin Impact. Still tell me that it does all these things better than Genshin Impact. Yeah, I mean, everyone can have their opinions and they can enjoy things more than other things, and that's perfectly fair and fine. But shouldn't be announcing that out loud because, man, it is still a good result. Let's be frank and clear here. But for a gacha game that hasn't even made it to 1 year, its decline is one of the steepest I've ever seen. Yeah. There was talk about Wuthering Waves basically pulling off what Tower Fantasy did. For those who don't know, Tower Fantasy was another quote-unquote Genshin killer that never got close to killing Genshin. And as a result, the expectations were sky high. But at least that game eventually did eke out $1 billion. So it was a success. But I don't know how Wuthering Waves is going to do at this point. Okay, sorry. Quick pause. One moment. I'm getting a DM. Sorry. Let me catch him in chat in the meantime while I'm waiting for the DM to come through. Sugman's back. Is he already back? Is that ban evasion? Technically, Monster Strike is older, and Puzzles and Dragons too. Yeah, there are old gacha games. It's why I don't like hearing excuses by the fake community. Fate is Eternal. Yep. FGO is very stable. Yep. Time to play FGO first time. Linkshot did not do good. Yep. The Genshin Gyaru girl is Doro Hump. Monster Strike is 11 years strong, boys. Is it really? Holy crap. Sorry, I'm getting a DM. I'm waiting for it to pass. No one spent on Romani and Phantom before Anniversary. Not literally nobody. I think people spent on the Phantoms, but Romani was bad. Remember, before September was August, and August was a strong month, right? Wasn't that collab? Wasn't that summer, right? So that drop off, it was to be expected, but it's a smaller drop off than expected. Last year's October, I think, was really weak. All right, hold on. Uma had their half anniversary not too long ago. Okay, Uwa went up. Stop this! You do this every time. I do. The Genshin killer and Genshin can never goofy player base. Yeah, they're so. They should just stop talking shit about Genshin. You're not anywhere close to Genshin. Like, congratulations on doing a couple things better. Okay, I don't know. He stopped typing for some reason. Like, you can't just. All I ask is people be reasonable, you know, have some decency and accept things for what it is. Stop screaming into clouds and skies when it's not true. Okay. Another monthly gacha report. Another Wuwa bad rant classic. I think it's bad. I'm not even done talking about it, but every person that every content creator that I knew who started Wuthering Waves at launch, they've all quit. I don't know of any content creator that still plays Wuthering Waves. And they were the guys who were like, "Oh, you should keep playing Wuthering Waves. I'll play with you. I'll even farm for you. Like, you know, I'll carry your ass." They all quit. It's not just me, man. Does Lightning still play? Play what? Alright. Okay, sorry. I was getting DMs about a very interesting tidbit of news. It was about Faye. But it was an interesting tidbit of news. Maybe I'll cover this sometime. Okay. Sorry. Okay, we'll unpause now and continue. I promise you guys I will stop ranting about Wuthering Waves. But at this point, everyone that I started Wuthering Waves with at launch, all the content creators that I personally know, that I interact with, they've all quit. At this point, I don't even remember the last time I watched one of my friends play Wuthering Waves. I don't even remember if there's anyone. I don't even remember the last time Wuthering Waves showed up on my follow list of people I just follow. I'm just saying, if this community just, I feel like in every Gacha community, you have the sane and reasonable and rational people, but as time passes on, those people see the game for what it is, and they move on to other things in their lives. And then the people who stay are just all crazy people. And they're going to scream and yell and rant and whatever. And I guess I'm ranting right now, which makes me crazy. But I'm just saying, they're still so vocal about things. And I don't know why. You don't have the results to be this vocal with. But I guess when you're crazy, you can scream out whatever you want into night sky. Just saying. I don't think Wuthering Waves is a bad game. But I think it's big shot, big talk kind of mentality is never going to get backed at this point. It's too late. Can a game change things up after a year or two? Yes. It's very, very rare. And at this point, I don't know how they're going to pull that off. But we'll see. Anyways, Wuthering Waves up 6 rankings. Bump in revenue is significant because I feel like they've been just dropping and dropping and dropping. So I'm explaining the Genshin community right now? Genshin's right here. Right at the top. Do you understand how big of a difference it is to talk from the top? You can't be like somebody who's at the bottom of the list and talking big. But if you're at the top of the list and you're topping... Why does this need to be explained? If you're at the top and you're talking big, and this is Genshin after 4+ years... Wuthering Waves hasn't even made it 1 year, and they're still declining. There's a much Why does this need to be explained? If you're at the top of the list, you've earned the right to talk. That's how it works. If you're a champion... By the way, here, I'll show you guys something. Why does Genshin get to talk shit? Because they get to talk shit with all the records they have set. Genshin Impact becomes fastest mobile game to hit $5 billion in player spending. This is why they get to talk shit. They're number 1. Here. Fastest mobile games to reach 5 billion global consumer spending in iOS and Google Play. 40 months. Number 1. This is why they get to talk shit. Do you understand? If you're the champion, if you're number 1, that is your right. Should you be, I don't know, should you be more humble about it? Yeah, maybe. But they have the right to. At number 1, fastest game to reach $5 billion, Genshin Impact. Is this even up for dispute? The Genshin community gets to do this. I'm sorry. You don't even have to be. You don't even. Just be fair. Just be fair. Just be fair. They've earned this right. If you think Wuthering Waves is gonna hit this mark and beat Genshin, you can say that out loud, and you can say whatever else you want to say. You would just be crazy, unfortunately. But if you want to believe in them, sure. We can revisit this in, 40 months and see if Wuthering Waves hits it. Come on, man. There's a difference here. They're not on the same level. You have to put respect to the name. Even if you think Genshin Impact is this shitty game, I'm sorry. The rest of the world, the average, in general, are reasonable enough to see it for what it is. The most successful gacha game yet. In human history, to this point, Genshin Impact is the most successful gacha game overall. Could there be more, better things in the future? Yes. But for right now, for the year 2024, you cannot dispute this. If you want to dispute this, you're talking out of your butt. I'm sorry. That's what it says right now. But yeah, I'm sure. Maybe in 5 years, in 10 years, there will be something better that'll hit it faster. Sure. But until that happens, they've earned the right to talk crap.
Wuthering Waves to Genshin sounds like the NPCs that are your rivals in the Pokemon games. They call themselves a rival, but are way below the players' level Nimsa.
Exactly. This isn't a rivalry. This is not a rivalry at all. It might look like a rivalry from the perspective of like Wu or something, but it's not a rivalry. I'm just saying. I always hear people crap on Genshin, the Genshin community and whatnot, but they're quietly trudging along as one of the most successful, if not the most successful game to this point. So, just saying. I don't know if people can do the math. For Wuthering Waves to hit $5 billion in 40 months, they're way off track. They're way, way, way off track. But alright. We can revisit this in 40 months if people want to. I don't really think this is something that needs to be talked about further, though. Yeah, Genshin Impact cemented themselves as the gold standard of a gacha game. And Hoyoverse, yes, they're not perfect. But really, if you're number one and people are still going to argue you're not perfect, that just means there's more you can do better and improve on. And Hoyoverse as a company has always shown themselves to be a company that continues to be hungry, to strive to do better, to do more. They didn't sit on their butt with one successful game and said, oh, we're done. No. They went out there to try and conquer every genre of gacha games, which is what they're doing. It's hilarious that... Quick rant. I know we've been ranting a lot. We're going to move on inside. But it's hilarious that they took the concept of Breath of the Wild and then made a company out of it. Sorry, made a game out of it, and then made a company out of it. With very different design philosophy from what they had before Genshin. And then they grew and they grew and then grew, and they got even bigger than Nintendo. Isn't that insane? Because Nintendo literally made this concept really, really popular. Breath of the Wild as a concept was stunning. But who took it to the next level? It wasn't Nintendo. And as a result, Hoyoverse is now more profitable than Nintendo. And people don't even know that. So, anyways. Let's keep going. Light and Night, China. Wow. I'm still blown away, guys. 1, 2, 3. The amount of like girls-only games. I presume there will be some guy players. Let's not blanket statement too much. But you know it's hard towards girls. That's the idea. These games are doing so well in China, and like China only. I still haven't seen one of these games do well in the West or the rest of global. Incredible. Arknights 11 mil in September, 5.5 mil in October. Fair enough. AFK Journey China 16.5 mil in September, 5.5 mil in October. Nice. Zenless Zone 0 16.5 mil in China in September, 5.5 mil in October. This is why ZZZ, even if it isn't going to reach HSR or Genshin levels of success, it is still going to be better than Honkai Impact 3rd. For those who don't know, Genshin has quite a few games. They even have a all guys game, a game targeting towards girls. I forgot its name. Tears of whatever. At least it's in the middle of the pack is what I'm saying. So yeah, it's looking good too. Memento Mori, this is global, 3 mil in September, 5 mil in October. Tears of Thermos. Yes, thank you so much. I might try that game as a joke one day, but I wonder how they're doing. Because I'm surprised. Where's Tears of Thermos? If Light and Night, if Beyond the World, if Love in Deep Space. I mean, Love in Deep Space is probably on another level. I never played it, obviously. They do that well. I'm interested in seeing why Hoyoverse can't make a similar success with their own version of the game, of this kind of game. The same, by the way, the concept is the same entirely throughout. So, anyways, one of the reasons ZZ is dropping down is because Jane Doe. It's been a while since her release, so it's okay for them to have a slower banner. Anyways, Heaven Burns Red. I'm still looking forward to that coming to the West. That's huge. 4 mil and 4 mil, so that's fair. Epic 7, 6 mil into 4 mil. That's fair. That's actually pretty good. Epic 7, it came out, what, 2019? Something like that. That game is still pretty quality to this day, and that's not a bad result, all things considered. Then we have Solo Leveling Arise, 6 mil into 4 mil. Yeah, I can see that. So for those who are playing Solo Leveling Arise, I can provide better context in games I actually play myself. Solo Leveling Arise. Wait, sorry, did I skip some? I think I did. Okay, let me finish my Solo Leveling Arise thought, then we'll continue on. SLA with their Gina release did not do well. I skipped Gina. I think everybody skipped Gina. She was a character that supported like fire hunters, but at best was like what, A+ tier or something. It just wasn't good enough compared to the prior months, and they were coming off of the Lolly Twins, which the community lost their shit over in a negative way because people are stupid. I'm gonna refrain from saying too much more about that, but people should understand the difference between real life and not. Anyways, Solo Leveling Arise, it's understandable how they're dropping, and to be honest, I think they should continue to drop a bit more. It is a net barbell game at the end of the year, at the end of the day, and the way they've set up their competitive nature in the game doesn't really make sense. For example, if I spent $200 in Solo Leveling Arise, it would not matter at all. I cannot do anything more than I am already doing, even if I spent a gazillion dollars more. It just won't matter. So I don't know what they're doing right now. What they're doing doesn't even make sense to me. But yeah, let me put it this way, guys. SLA did one of the dumbest moves you can do early on. This game is not even 1 year old. It is 6 months old, but it's not 1 year old. If you have a game and you set out a competitive structure, would you do server merges? Not even 1 year in. And you might be like, well, what's the big deal of that? Once they did server merges, people had to compete way harder to rank better. As a result, you put it out of reach for most people. So that means even if people wanted to pay a bunch of money, it wouldn't change their ranking. So they completely shot themselves in the foot here. Outside of that, they would have somehow needed to continue to release hunters that people would be very interested in, and that's just hard and gets harder and harder as the game continues on. So yeah, competitively, they're kind of lost, and to continue to release big hunters is kind of difficult because everyone knows who to look out for and what to expect because of the existing IP. So we already know which hunters are among the best ever. Even if they release OCs, it's difficult to keep doing that well. Anyways, so their decline is earned, unfortunately. Anyways, going further up, Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, 18 mil into 5 mil, understandable. What was it? Anniversary? It's been a while, so I get the dates a bit mixed up. Love and Deep Space Global, 6 mil into 5 mil. Wow, that's a massive difference from Love and Deep Space China, but that's still a massive amount of money. I mean, I don't want to bring this up again, but like, Love and Deep Space last month was earning as much money as Wuthering Waves. Just saying. And it's not the same because that's Love and Deep Space Global minus China versus Wuthering Waves True Global. So, yep. Anyways, Cooking Run Kingdom, 4 mil into 5 mil, and then yeah. Okay, sorry for getting lost. The Battle Cats? What? The Battle Cats made as much money as Fire Emblem Heroes. Wow. I don't even know how to feel about that. Look, I thought that game was a joke. They were spamming ads? Yeah, I know, but I thought that game was a joke. Don't you ever see gacha games? You're just like, yeah, I don't think this game will be around a year from now, you know? Sorry, that's what I thought. I'm very wrong about that. So, Faye went 3 mil to 3 mil. The Faye fall off is immense. Yes. For those who don't know, Fire Emblem Heroes, 3 million is the lowest point they've ever reached. And now they've done it back to back. Prior to this, in September, when they hit 3 mil, they've only ever hit 3 mil one other time. And you might be like, well, 4 mil to 3 mil is just, $1 million of difference. Yeah, but that's also, you go from a 25% difference of drop off. That's huge. And the game shows no potential, no ability to turn things around at all. As a Faye player, I don't know what this game can do at this point to do anything. I mean, I still believe if they make Fire Emblem Heroes 2, that would mean something and that'd be important. But as it stands right now, it's just a corpse. It's just a corpse with a bunch of maggots playing it. Okay, maybe I shouldn't word it that way. But the people who are playing Fire Emblem Heroes in 2024 are so diehard. It's insane. Like, if you point out something that's bad about the game, they don't want to hear it. And sometimes it's fair, like that they already know it. But there are still people who just say, nothing matters as long as I still get to play with X character. Nothing matters as long as they release more of X character. Nothing matters as long as this game continues to run. Like, that standard is so low. It's insane. But yeah, at this point, anyone who would complain, I feel like, has already decided to quit the game. For the most part. Anyways, let's keep going. Gui Long Chao, 5.5 mil to 2.75 mil. I don't know anything about that. Wuthering Waves. Oh, wait. Did I read this incorrectly? It's blue. Wait, what? Hold on. I thought it was purple for True Global. For example, Fire Emblem Heroes is True Global. So they put a purple box behind it. Wuthering Waves, they put a purple box behind it, meaning True Global. Blue box means it's global for the most part, but it's missing a region or two. So, like, the rest of the world is what it really means. That's really weird. Okay, so my mistake. Wuthering Waves has a China... They should put this a blue box, then. I think they made an error. Unless I'm misunderstanding how they use their boxes. Okay, but I thought purple meant True Global, which apparently it doesn't. Wuthering Waves, China, 5.5 mil in September into 2.75 mil in October. Reverse 1999, 8.25 mil in September, 2.75 mil in October. It's starting to look more and more likely. Isn't it 1 year anniversary for Reverse 1999 soon? It's starting to look more and more likely that they don't have more than another year. Like, this game, the drop-off is so big. China is a different matter entirely. And even then, in China, things are kind of struggling now. Battle Cats Japan, 3 mil. 3 mil in September, 2.7 mil in October. Again, I don't even know what to say. That's kind of incredible. Blue Archive Global, 1.5 mil in September, 2.7 mil in October. Yeah, Blue Archive is way bigger in Japan. Blue Archive Japan is all the way up here. Damn. Okay. But at least they're matching Faye, and they're doing that without Japan. Fire Emblem Heroes, most of the revenue is coming from Japan. If they broke it down, I think people would be really concerned about Fire Emblem Heroes. I don't even think Fire Emblem Heroes Global earns, if you took out Japan, earns $1 million anymore. Do you guys think Fire Emblem Heroes, if you took out Japan, would even earn $1 million at this point? I don't think so. The majority of revenue and majority of hype, and it's all in Japan. A lot of these games have a home country where the majority of revenue and that majority of catering goes towards. For Fire Emblem Heroes, it's one of those games, and I don't think. This is why I warn people that you might feel comfortable with 3 million or whatever, but like the reality is, why do they need to keep pushing money outside Japan to do these things, right? To have servers only in Japan is relatively cheap because it's one country. To do licensing and stuff is a lot easier because it's one country, one language, no barriers. Paying voice actors, again, it's a lot easier for them to in Japan than to set this up globally. Like, they could save a ton of money by just dropping Fire Emblem Heroes outside Japan and still keep the majority of their profits.
Theo's only in global coming soon. Nansai.
That's what I believe in. I feel like a EOS global only is something that's on the books at this point. The reality is, I feel like Fire Emblem Heroes from like global rest of the world outside Japan would be lucky to earn 500K at this point. I don't think they make a mill. I think at this rate, it's not looking good at all. 1.5 year and anniversary in China right now, and then 1 year is global. Thank you for pointing that out. For about, I believe you were talking about reverse 1999. All right. Let's keep going. Fake Grand Order China, 1.9 mil into 2.48 mil. That's very specific numbers. That's not a rounded number, which is what they like doing. Snowbreak Containment Zone, 2.75 mil in China into 2.48 mil in... wow, it's barely different in October. By the way, the Snowbreak decision to go all females is something that other games are now following. Brown Dust 2 is a good example of that. Brown Dust 2 is also doing all female characters going forward. They will not be making any more male characters. However, it's overhyped as a change. I bring this up because people love saying that Snowbreak has turned things around. Snowbreak has turned things around in China. Globally, it's still not doing good. Globally, it's doing better, but we can't say it's actually doing good yet. The numbers just don't say that. Dragon Ball Legends, 1.2 mil into 2.4 mil. One Piece Treasure Cruise, 2.6 mil into 2.4 mil. The 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross, 1.3 mil to 2.4 mil. Isn't the 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross Netmarble game? Up 25 rankings, that's huge. Same thing with Dragon Ball Legends, up 29 rankings. Blue Lock Project World Champion, 2.5 mil into 2.4 mil. The soccer game? I don't even know how you would play that. Fellow Moon, new, China, 2.2 mil. Arc Knights Japan, 5 mil into 2 mil. Brown Dust 2, this is the one I was looking for. 1.5 mil to 1.8 mil. For those who don't understand, Brown Dust 2, which is a Korean game, just had its Senran Kagura collab, and they did a lot better. They got someone like me to put money in the game, which was donated to me by Fellies to put in the game. But Brown Dust 2, big. I'm always cheering for Brown Dust 2 because their devs care about the game. I won't name which game at all. Which where their devs clearly don't care about the game. But Brown Dust 2's devs care a lot, and they listen to a lot, and they are trying to do a lot of things. So yeah, shouts to them. 1.8 mil, well deserved. Up 15 rankings, and yeah, having a collab does help, which certain other games don't understand that, it seems. Anyways, Automaster Cinderella Girls Starlight S, 3 mil to 1.7 mil. All right, I'm going to go through quickly the rest of this. Fake Grand Order, rest of Global, 1.6 mil to 1.7 mil. That's not good, but that's without Japan. Azure Lane, China, 5.5 mil to 1.65 mil. Tears of Themis. Wow, that does way worse than I thought it does in China. Why can't Hoyoverse do... I'm not going to say boys love game. I don't know what these count as. Fujoshi games. Let's just say Fujoshi games. Anyways. They can't do these as well. It's just surprising because they seem to do everything well. Here's PGR China, 1.1 mil to 1.38 mil. They're kind of boned because ZZZ is out now. Azure Lane Global, 1.6 mil to 1.2 mil. Arc Knights, 2.5 mil to 1.1 mil. That's global. Hatsune Miku Colorful Stage, 700k to 1.1 mil. Pretty good. Cat Fantasy is up. Surprising. I thought Cat Fantasy was terrible. Maybe I shouldn't say that. I just didn't think it was a good game. Sword Cavalier Japan, 1.5 mil to 1 mil. That's not good. That's not good. That's really not good because right now it's October encompassed one of the better months for Sword Cavalier meta-wise. Because Saphia was released and then August right afterwards. So to see that be so low is problematic. So yeah, Sword Cavalier 1.5 mil into 1 mil in Japan, and then Sword Cavalier Global 1.1 mil into 800k. That's not good. That's 1.8 mil. Fade it 3 mil. Now, I do want to put an asterisk on this. Sword of Cavaleria is on Steam. This is only for Android and iOS, right? I believe so. So it does not count PC spending, and Sword Cavaleria has a big PC player base. And before someone tries to cope, Faye does not have a PC client, so all their revenues is tracked. The gap between SoC revenue and Faye revenue is probably very small, but it is problematic and emblematic of how niche the SRPG genre is for them to have such a difference at this point. Yeah, more games are getting PC clients, which is a brilliant idea. You should always have PC clients. Some people, like, for example, I prefer to play all my gacha games on PC. In fact, I play most of them all at once on PC. I've shown off, like, various times of me playing gacha games, and it's just, like, 5 different gacha games. Like, 5 different gacha games on PC all at once. Is that healthy? No, but it's easier for me to manage playing so many different games. So yeah, surprising SoC result, but alright. And then, let's keep going. You know what? I think we're good. I'll just point out some that I think are interesting to me. Epic 7 China is struggling. 550k into 825k. It is a gain, though. Girls Frontline 2 Exilium, 1.1 mil into 825,000. Girls Frontline 2 is still coming to the West, so that's a big one. Same thing with Heaven Burns Red. Those are my 2 most anticipated gacha games coming out. Reverse 99 Global, 900k to 700k. Sure. Tower Fantasy China, 550,000 to 550,000. Again, Tower Fantasy looks really bad at this point because I feel like most of their players went back to Genshin or went to Wuthering Waves, but they still made $1 billion, so I don't think you can argue with these guys. You gotta put some respect on the name, man. Even if a game ends up being bad, if they made their money, if they had their time in the sun, that means a lot. And unlike, say, Fire Emblem Heroes, with Nintendo Mobile basically closing down, they're not making more games at this point. They've decided to contract other companies to make their games instead of making the games themselves. Tower Fantasy is not the end all and be all for their company. Ensemble Stars, I don't know why that. Honkai Impact 3rd, 300k to 500k. I mean, I don't think Hoyoverse is ever going to shutter that, so. PGR Global, 300k to 400k. Yeah. Yikes. Kyle, you're still here? To the PGR players out there, we all knew this was going to happen. Not that I count myself as a PGR player, but I did play it. Once ZZZ released, the writing was on the wall. I don't know how you can run this game. You just cannot run this game. That's the reality of it. ZZZ is just going to do it way better. And so, yeah, everyone expected all the players to leave once ZZZ came out, and that did happen. Even in China, it's not doing particularly well. Okay, and then finally, we have... Sorry, am I missing something? Oh yeah, PGR Japan, also not doing well. Tears of Themis Global, 300k to 300k. Yeah, I'm surprised by how bad Tears of Themis does. I guess it does better than the Honkai Impact 3rd on the average month. Sword of Cavaleria China, 550,000 to 275k. So yeah, the gap between SOC and FaZe is pretty minuscule. There's even a chance SOC might make more money in general, but who knows? But yeah, I think we're about done. Tower Fantasy. Oh my god! 300k to 160k. Wow. Wow. Holy crap. Damn. Sorry. Full disclosure, I love Genshin. I really do. I don't spend as much time on it as I want to. But it does get to me, and it's on my mind. Let's for context, when Tower Fantasy first launched, several people that I know, that I even considered friends, I cared about, whatever, these people matter to me. They said the most stupid shit ever, which is TOF is going to kill Genshin Impact. TOF is a much superior game. TOF is blah 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 blah, the best gacha game ever. That sounds crazy today, but that is stuff people were saying to me right before launch, right at launch, months after launch, a year down the line after launch. People are still saying that junk. So when I see TOF barely alive, I don't even know if $160,000 pays server fees at this point. That's global. TOF global. Can you pay for the voice actors in different languages? The translators? The licensing fees? Again, server fees, maintenance fees, upkeep? Like, 160k, how are you supposed to even... You're literally losing money at this point. I don't see how a gacha game like this would work. Still, like, EOS is on the horizon. At 160k for global, EOS is on the horizon. I don't see anything else to this. So yeah, it's not because I hate TOF. I played TOF for like 3 months. I think it's an okay game, heavily flawed, and definitely not on level of Genshin, which is why I dropped it, so I can spend more time on Genshin. I know this makes me sound super biased, but like, man, why do people say this stupid shit all the time? I think at this day and age, at this point in 2024, people have stopped for the most part saying crazy shit about Genshin killers, because they've learned that's not true. That hasn't been true, and that will probably not be true for a long time to come. And when you look at the so-called Genshin killers throughout the years, they've all floundered. But yeah, TOF, EOS is on the horizon. Languisher Mobile, 170k to 140k. I still think this game is better than Fire Emblem Heroes, but it was a reincarnated IP. Languisher was literally IP that stopped in the early 2000s. The last game was on the DS. It was terrible. So like, it was like Fire Emblem if Fire Emblem didn't have Awakening. If Fire Emblem didn't have Awakening, it would have died. So it's almost dead as well, but at least with Languisher, it's a private company with an owner that just likes the game. Like, you have $1 million owner, they're willing to lose money to keep the game on just because they like the game. So, Mobile Suit Gundam UC Engage. I still want to play this game. I love Gundam. Universal Century is one of the biggest, longest running anime franchises in the world. Continuous storyline. So since the 70s, UC has been there, and so to have a gacha game of it is perfectly sensible. But most Gundam fans are probably not interested in this stuff. So rough, but I want to try it out someday. Guardian Tales, whatever. Lord of Nazarak, which I find is weird. Chat, do you know what Lord of Nazarak is? It just launched, so I don't think this is indicative of anything. But this game is old. It first released 2019. It just got its global release. It's a 5-year-old gacha that just got released globally. It's Overlord. I don't even know why I don't put Overlord in the name. It's Overlord. Lord of Nazarak is its actual name. So yeah, it's not doing well. I don't expect it to do well, because it's not actually a new gacha game. It's an old gacha game that just got through the licensing. So anyways, it's not a bad game. It's a dated game. It's as old as like Epic 7, for example, and Languisher. Or, yeah, well, I guess Languisher is 1 year older, but yeah, it it's coming at the wrong time. If they wanted to release this globally, it needed to be way, way earlier. So unfortunately, I don't see how this is going to work out. I hope people enjoy it. Overlord is a great franchise. I just don't know how this is going to work. Anyways, Atelier Rezalerina, 120k to 130k. Sure, I mean, I get trying to make these games into gacha games, but like, good luck. Okay. Anyways, let's go to the end.
What rank is love in deep space? Oh.
Number one. Cloudy Pistachio, thank you so much. Welcome back. Why, are you a love and deep space guy? I already know you are a degen, but I only saw you be a degen towards girls. That's all you? Oh my god. Okay, well, I didn't know that. Alright, sorry. Can we have a moment of silence? Girls, Frontline, China, EOS. This game is as old as Fire Emblem Heroes. And they have finally reached the end of the line. There is no more. There's no more. And it makes sense because Girls Frontline 2 is out, so. Anyways, this is significant because I feel like when I first started becoming a gacha streamer and content creator, the most popular games were Fate Grand Order, Fire Emblem Heroes, Azure Lane, Dragalia Lost, and then the one that everyone kept bringing up, Girls Frontline. And then later on when the Epic 7 came out, they kept talking about that. But yes, Girls Frontline. It was there at the start when I started. And I always thought it was a good game. But it is the end of the line. They're taking the staff that they had working on Girls Frontline and putting it towards Girls Frontline 2. So rather than string it out any longer, they're going to let it sunset. And put all their efforts into Girls Frontline 2. And hopefully that game, I mean, it's still doing pretty well, continues the Girls Frontline legacy. So I respect that. All right. And outside of that, I think there was one more I wanted to bring forward. Cat Fantasy China did like nothing. Girls Frontline still going on globally, so it's not the complete end, but China is its home nation, so yeah, that just signals the future coming forward. All right, I think we're done. Quickly we'll go through consolidated rankings. Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, number 1, number 2, as always. I know whenever we look at this, which is the broken down by region thing, I do this so I can give you context because, let's be clear here, not all games are on the same timeline. Some games are like Reverse 1999. There's a 6-month gap, right? It's 1.5 year versus 1 year, right? So it wouldn't be fair to judge the games exactly the same because sometimes part of the game is an anniversary and sometimes it's one part is getting content that the other part didn't get. So to have a better idea of what's going on, you should look at it by region. But when you put it all together, Genshin Impact, number 1, Honkai Star Rail, number 2. Again, I don't want to keep crapping on the Wuthering Waves, guys.
Oh my god, you! Censor tour ratings for phase banners are out names IDR duty names small blink.
By doozy, do you mean more F tiers or more tiers worse than F? Because we know it's going to be more tiers worse than F because they have been matching their lowest income per month for a while now. Anyways, I just got to point this out. Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, every single month, they're almost always in the top 3. It's no different this month. And for most months, it's no different. Even if they fall out of top 3, they're still top 5. Right? That's why they get to talk that junk. They get to say they're the best because they continuously prove they are the best. It's like, this is a bit topical, but if anyone's watched the World Series, all right, Otani didn't get MVP in the World Series, but he's gonna get MVP in regular season. And if someone wants to dispute whether he's the best player in the world or not, they really don't get to, because he was the MVP. Even if he didn't perform well when it matters the most in the World Series, he is still the MVP, right? And you can't talk anything about him because he has a ring now. He has a championship under his belt. That's how it works. So even if they're not perfect, even if they didn't do everything right, you can't talk about it. You can't talk shit. You can't talk negatively about it because they've earned the right to be where they are.
There's Cortez surprise that you might want to see. Commenting on it might be up your alley right now.
Okay. The World Series? Yeah, baseball championships. Anyways, I'm just saying. Look, I'm not that big of a homer for Genshin and Hoyoverse, but I do respect what... How do you not respect them? When you hear the story of how Hoyoverse became a thing and everything, they came out of nowhere. They came out of nothing. But yeah. All the while, they had to fight their government. For those who don't remember that, they're based in China, and the government keeps telling them what they can and they can't do. It wasn't easy for them to get to number 1. Definitely not. So yeah, I respect it. Anyways, Love and Deep Space number 3. Monster Strike, again, people are blowing my mind with Monster Strike. Monster Strike is an 11-year-old gacha game? For reals? I didn't even know it was that old. Incredible result for Japan only. That's insane. Naruto Mobile solidifies their top 5 at 27.5 mil. That's insane. Anyways, Puzzles and Dragons, Fate Grand Order, AFK Journey, Sun Zone Zero, and Dragon Ball Legends. I think that rounds out your top 10. Fair enough. FGO, still a top game. AFK Journey still surprises me. I don't even know what is there to play in AFK Journey. It's literally in the name. It's AFK Journey. You really don't have to put time in the game. So I don't know what people are spending money on. Anyways, Dragon Ball Legends, respect. Blue Archive, respect. Summer Wars, double respect. Oh, sorry. Hatsune Miku, Colorful Stage. Music games are still nice. Wuthering Waves, down 1 rank overall to 9.75 mil. Wow, they're down year month over month overall. Interesting. Okay. I thought it was a W for them this month because I thought they were going up in revenues. Guess I was wrong. Okay, never mind. It's another month where they declined then. Okay. It's still a good amount, but that just indicates the bleeding hasn't stopped. They still haven't stabilized. Anyways, One Piece Bounty Rush, Arknights Beyond the World. Beyond the World beat Nikke. Damn. And it's Beyond the World China only. If that's not emblematic of how the gacha world works right now, I don't know what is. Damn. The Woman of China. I don't even know what's going on here. The Woman of China. Love and Deep Space. Built off the backs of the Woman in China. Beyond the World, but built off the backs of Woman in China. Nikke. All my fellow brothers out there with their PPs. PP out and be proud. Wait, what? Despite how many guys play this game, Beyond the World. Holy crap. Anyways, the Battle Cats, 5.7 mil. That's insane. Or I'm just going through what I find interesting now. Reverse 1999, just under 4 mil at this point. Soling Arise, 4 mil. Fire Emblem Heroes, 3 mil. Sword Convalera, 2.2 mil. Yeah. With SLC, I think the gap between FA and SLC is pretty small. Brownless 2, 1.8 mil. Languisher Global, 1.43 mil. That's actually not as bad as I thought. Girls Frontline 2, Exilium, 825k. But again, it's coming to the rest of the world soon. Tower Fantasy Global, 710,000. Maybe worldwide is a better way to say it. And yeah, that's it. That's all I think is interesting to talk about. I hope you guys enjoyed October. I know this took a long time. There was a lot of ranting. I do apologize for that. But it's just essentially talking about September and October at the once. But give me your thoughts. What surprised you? What made you happy, sad, surprises? Do let me know. All right. They make the most money, so everything they do right. So basically, Might Makes Right. I don't know where you've been, Minato. Might Makes Right is everywhere in our lives. Hey, I'm sorry if you don't like that, but that's how the world works. Chat, Do you realize how many things that America does and says that is, I don't know, contradictory? That is ironic? But guess what? Does it really matter? They're the richest country with the biggest military, so guess what? They don't follow the rules. Oh, did you know kings and queens didn't follow the rules? Oh, that's right, because they were kings and queens. Do you know rich people don't follow the same rules as normal people, as commoners? Oh, that's right, because they're rich. I don't know if I need to point this out to you, but yes, that's how this world works. Should it be this way? Probably not. But it is this way. Do you want to know how, like, let me just point this out for America. I'm not trying to be anti-America here, but America is shitting on Russia for threatening to shoot nukes. Guess which country actually shot nukes at cities? Oh, that's right, America did. America's crapping on China about what it's doing with Taiwan and Hong Kong. And guess which country has their international battle groups, their fleets, right outside of said country? Oh, that's right, America. You have aircraft carriers in the South China Sea. Like, what are you doing? Like, who's starting shit here?
25 is funnier than 24. Anyways, happy 25 months.
Rose, thanks so much. I'm not being anti-American here. I'm just pointing out to you right now that might makes right. That's how the world works. So, I'm not saying Genshin is perfect. They're not. But you gotta respect them because they're number one. Just like it doesn't matter if America does a lot of things that are wrong and they bully other countries. Doesn't matter. They're number one. That's how the world works. Okay, sorry, let me catch up in chat. Let's see. The end of the month revenue is never there on the end of month revenue is never there on these revenue lists. The end of month revenue? What does that have to do with anything? Man, also play Bandori EN, but I'm retired. Okay. We'll take a look at Love and Deep Space. You know, I'm going to try that game out eventually. Chat, how about in November we try Love and Deep Space? It is No Nut November after all, and therefore I need to play something that would never make me nut. I would never nut to a guy that isn't a softball. Wait, where am I going with this? No, I would for No Nut November. Let's all play Love and Deep Space. You lost already? Nice. Now I'm just gonna be a Xavier simp. Damn. Do you actually know about Love and Deep Space? What the heck? My siblings is really holding me back from Genshin Impact? What does that mean? I love you in Deep Space. Thanks, Rose. Love you too, man. I hope your PC got fixed so we can actually do something together. I'll laugh the whole stream. You'll be so uncomfortable. I already know I'm gonna be uncomfortable. Oh, hold on. I gotta beat Obama real quick. Ugh! Obama! You tiny dick, can't say the next word. How do you feel right now? Still bigger earlier? Yeah, well, you're smaller now. Oh, goddamn, Ryan. Nice silver flaming egg. Nice PP there. 1x2. Alright, let me catch up in the chat, and then we can move on. Crunchyroll, licenses games, and then they let them die. Crunchyroll is horrendous at running games. Just use free Crunchyroll and watch ads. Well, isn't free Crunchyroll not full HD? But the anime, I think it's still animated mostly in 720p anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. Oh wait, Overlord is a Crunchyroll gacha? Okay, then it's fucked. Welcome back, Cloudy Pistachio, for 7 months. Appreciate it. A lot of people disagree with calling EOS, but rather it's extended maintenance until it finds another willing publisher. Wait, is Girls Front Line just extended maintenance? I thought they were closing down because they have Girls Front Line 2 now. Does it really make sense to run both Girls Front Line and Girls Front Line 2? I don't think it makes sense. They're very different games. Let's be frank here and clear. But Girls Frontline is so out of date, they're going to continue losing money. And its own player base is going over to Girls Frontline too, so why? Genshin proves the point that everyone should do the walk the walk, then talk the talk. Exactly. It would be different if Genshin Impact wasn't number 1 and wasn't regularly making number 1, or at least being in the top 3 always. You know, it'd be different if they weren't this high up. Like if they become like a has-been like Tower of Fantasy and they want to talk shit, that's different. All right, it's like let it go, old man. But no, they're still right at the top. So I get the Genshin hate, but like give it a rest. If there's anything against Genshin, sure, I'll happily listen to it. But you can't be angry at them for being number 1. That's what every game company should be trying to do. Make money, make their players happy, expand their player base. Like, Genshin has done all that. Hoyoverse has done all that. The fact that they've released... They own number 1 and 2 is just insanity. Nikke will rise the ranks because it's anniversary. Yes, I believe that. Now that we're in anniversary, it'll be dominant in November. As The Legend of Clover makes any money in Android and iOS considering it's an H game, that's a safe for work money. Legend of Clover? Well, I don't know. I only track things by this because it's easier for me. Oh, Legend Clover. Maybe it's actually a good game. I don't know. Uwa doing well since Shorekeeper released. When did Shorekeeper come out? Because Wuthering Waves revenue has been dropping month over month for a while now. Here, we can go over it if you guys want. They've been dropping month over month. Probably easier to find it here. Yeah, they've been dropping month over month. This is September 13.5 to 6.75. Sorry, that's August to September. I'm not gonna say it's always gonna be dropping, but it's trending down, not trending up. What the fuck does that even mean? Genshin's so dated? Man, I've already talked about this stuff and ranted about it. If you think Genshin is dated, that's cool. The majority of the world does not believe that. How's Faye standing? Bad. The lowest amount of money Faye has earned since tracking begun is $3 million. We've only ever hit that one time until the last 2 months, in which case we hit it twice more. So the game has bottomed twice now into its lowest revenues in back-to-back months. Yeah. Here's June to July. Wuthering Waves, 19.3 to 16.5. It's been dropping and dropping. It hasn't even stabilized yet. This is back in June to July, and it was dropping then. And then now it's dropped all the way to under 10 million. It has not even stabilized yet. This is September and October, and here's Wuthering Waves. It's still continuing to drop. I get if people think like Genshin Impact is data or whatever. Okay, that's cool. They're still number 1. I think Wuwa is doing fine. It's overall a good game. I don't like this charts because I don't believe how much money determines how good your game is. That isn't the point of this. I don't want to rant more, but like, we're only looking at revenues here. It would almost be impossible to judge a game like this. Genshin Impact, open world. Honkai Star Rail, RPG. Love and Deep Space. I don't know what this counts as. I'll just say Fujoshi game, right? Hatsune Miku Colorful Stage. That's a music game. How do we rate this shit? You can't rate it, right? Because you can't compare it. Because this is literally apples and oranges kind of talk. Because they're not the same genre. So one having a higher score than other doesn't mean anything anyways. Right? We're only looking at the revenue because that's the only thing that is comparable. Right? How much money a game earns is comparable to another game because that's money. It's the same thing. But when we rate a game, it's not the same thing. It's preferences, and even if you manage to somehow remove all bias, to say RPG is 7 versus an action game that's 10 has no meaning, you know? So again, we're not trying to say what game is better or not. This is just looking at revenues. But even then, naturally standing, if a game is better, it should earn more money. It isn't 100% linear scaling of that, but for the most part, the better game should earn more money. As like a blanket statement in general is what it should happen. And I get people don't like Genshin, or it's been out for so long, people think all these things. Okay, that's great. They still have 60 million players, and they still own this list, and they've owned it for a long time. Yeah, it's Gacha monthly PvP. People just like to talk shit about how much money they make. Exactly. That's really what this is. We're not trying to argue any of the other things. Just what do you mean then what though? This is a Hold on. Can I just point this out to you guys? Are some of you guys personally feeling bad? Personally feeling like offended that your game didn't make more money than another game? Is this what this is? I would hope not, because this is just for entertainment. Whether you like a game or not. Like, sure, I would love Nikke, for example, to earn more money. But, like, if they fall down the list or they go up in the list, you know, I don't take it personally. Like, I'll be happy when they earn more money, and I'll be a bit sad when they lose money. But I won't be like, well, Nikke's still the best gacha game. Better than I wouldn't say that shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's not personal, man. It is what it is. It's starting to feel like some of you guys take this shit personally. This isn't about you. This is about the game you play. But that's not a reflection on you. Nor should anything be here about you. I hope people understood that, because I play a lot of these games and I cheer for a lot of these games. But I wouldn't feel bad about it. Just saying. Because it feels like the argument for it to even go towards better or worse game is something else entirely. Sword of Convalaria is great, but it's not making a lot of money, and it's good. Sword of Convalaria is actually doing pretty good. So let me show you Sword of Convalaria. Here's Sword of Convalaria. $2 million. $2 million. That's pretty good. Why is it pretty good? Because SRPGs are one of the hardest genres to do well in. So let's put Fire Emblem Heroes out here. Fire Emblem Heroes is $3 million. But Sword of Convalaria has a PC client. So when I make a purchase in Sword of Convalaria on PC, it doesn't get counted in here. So its actual amount is closer to what Fae is. Fae is the highest performing SRPG, strategic role-playing game. In its genre, it's the best performing one, and even when this game dies, it will likely still be the best SRPG gacha of all time in terms of monetary gains, right? In terms of revenue, right? But do I believe for a moment that SOC is worse than Fae? Hell no, because we're only looking at revenues. Why does Fire Emblem Heroes earn more money than Sword of Convalaria? Sword of Convalaria is a original IP. It has to build everything from the ground up. Fire Emblem Heroes can borrow from other Fire Emblem games. It can borrow from the community that's been created since the 90s, right? That makes its path to monetary success and to success in general much more easier than SOC. Like, I understand all that. Just like I understand it over here. Anyways. I feel like if Nikke sold more skins in CS, they would also do a lot better. I keep missing the good skins. Yeah, I feel like they would do better if they sold more skins. But the prices for skins, I think, is a bit too high. I buy all the skins every month, but even then, I'm struggling to think it's a smart idea. See a Nikke coming out soon? Don't they just play C servers? Don't they just play C servers for C and Nikke? If it is coming out in China, that's a big deal. That will boost their revenues by a lot. Literally, the facts are on the screen. Doesn't matter if you like the game or if the game is good. Money is money. Exactly. This does matter. Like, I still play Lancaster even though it doesn't earn much. Yeah. I'm just pointing this out. It feels really weird for people to take so personally. The only thing personal I bring into all of this is the Wuthering Waves Genshin Impact thing. And it's not even because of anyone in this stream right now. Again, I had so many content creator friends tell me Wuthering Waves is better than Genshin Impact. And that it's this much better game. And we're not even 1 year down the line and they've already quit the game. Right? I'm not going to name these people, but like, isn't that funny? And there are some people who went out of their... And it's just like... It's not the first time I've heard this shit. I heard this shit for Tower Fantasy as well. But for the entire first year of Tower Fantasy, people, even though it was obvious, people wouldn't accept it. But now, all these years later, it's pretty obvious. It didn't kill Genshin. It wasn't anywhere close to killing Genshin. In terms of the quality game, it wasn't anywhere close. And for Wuthering Waves, while people won't accept it right now, I think if we go, say, 3 years down the line, these things become clear. And so even if you believe Wuthering Waves or whatever is better, or that everything's better than Genshin, or whatever the heck, we will see. We will see. But the only reason I take a personal interest in it is because people were so one-sided on these things. You know the amount of times people have told me to quit Genshin for whatever other game? It's kind of ridiculous. How old is TLF? I think it's like 3 years old or something. It came out like a year after Genshin. You skipping Repa? You mean Rappa? Yes. When did she become Repa? Repa the Rappa? Recently started playing Brownus 2. It's pretty good as a game, and Gacha is somewhat fair. Yep, somewhat fair. I think Brownus 2 has the most fair Gacha I've ever seen. For starters, Brownus 2 has a very generous pull rate and a really nice hard pity system, and they give you a lot of pulls for free. And unlike other games where you need to pull 10 copies of a character, it's only 6. So I think they have one of the most fair Gacha systems I've ever seen. Okay, I need to hydrate. Yes, let's do some other things. The pity rate was lower in BD2. Well, they have to do something. They have a soft pity at 100, which is pretty high, and a hard pity at 200. So yeah. Genshin suffers from QoL problems. IMO, like they would need to remove the day restrictions on domains for one. I feel like if that's the issues it has as a game, like most games have these domain restrictions. Like that's just the industry norm. It would be more pro player if they removed it, but I feel like if that's one of the few problems they have, it's just whatever, you know. Are you mad because people are comparing Wuwa to Genshin? No. I just explained all that. Why do you think I'm mad? I'm not mad at all. I'm surprised that people are mad. I'm not mad that people are mad. There are other games, ZZ and HSR don't have that restriction. That is true. Also, the 4 months to craft an artifact is lame as fuck. 4 months to craft an artifact? What are you talking about? Slightly annoyed. I'm not really annoyed. I'm just surprised. For example, one person in the news right now that's being featured in the news a lot is Elon Musk. Like, if you're on Twitter right now, for example, I'll just show you. Here. They're like, hey, Elon, you shouldn't do this. You can't do this. You know? You can't use your social media platform to make one political party look bad because he is very pro-Trump. He might be the most pro-Trump he's the richest man on earth, by the way. He might be the most pro-Trump rich person of all time. And so he's using his platform to try and get the Republicans votes, to try and get Trump elected. And people don't like that because, well, most people can't do such a thing. But guess what? He can. And you know why he can? Because he bought Twitter. He owns this site. If he wants to do this, he can do this. That's how the world works. I don't know how people see this shit. Like, if someone has a problem with this, sure, just buy Twitter off of Elon Musk, and then you can stop all this. It's that simple. Elon Musk wanted to do this kind of shit, okay, and then he bought Twitter. You know, that's perfectly sensible. People are just upset because this is not something that, you know, that's something they can do themselves, but that's what he did. So okay. So like I'm not following Elon Musk. Here, just to prove you guys. I'm not following Elon Musk. I don't look at his posts, and yet in my feed I get notified about Elon Musk calling out the Democrats. By the way, I'm also Canadian, so this doesn't change a thing for me. I can't vote, so who cares? But like, he can do this because this is his website. Again, when people get upset at these things, I'm sorry, but that's just how the world works. He bought the site, so he can do what he wants with it. He's currently driving the stock of Twitter into the ground, or X, but he gets to do that because he bought the site. You know, like, that's just how this works. So same thing with Genshin being number one. If Genshin players want to say their game is the best game, they have all the metrics to prove it, right? Like 60 million active players, that's huge. Some other games do have more players, but like fastest game ever to reach 5 billion, one of the fastest games to ever reach $1 billion earned, you know. Like, you can't take these things away from them because those are facts, right? Just like you can't take the ownership of Twitter away from Elon Musk because he bought it. That's just how the world works. But whenever we talk about these things and people turn it into these discussions or debates, there's nothing to discuss or debate. That's just what it is. Anyways, we'll do some other things now. Mark Zuckerberg does the same thing with Facebook? Yeah. Like, what are you going to say? They have every right to do that. That's their shit. The artifact transmitter is stupid. That's what I'm talking about. Why? It's what's wrong with it? Other games don't even give you stuff like that, just so you know. They're already fairly progressive to give you a transmuter like that. The way it's going, we will be able to buy it. Yeah, Twitter. Yeah, eventually. If they keep dropping their stock down a bridge. He's legit losing money owning Twitter just to do stuff like this. Yeah, exactly. For example, if you guys bought a computer and you treat it like shit and you download viruses onto it and you fall for every... Like, that's your right. You know, it's stupid, but that's your right. But yeah, I hope I don't need to explain ownership to people because that's just how the world works. Alright, anyways, I'm gonna get some Nikke stuff done, and then we're gonna start anime night afterwards. Hi, Shay! Welcome awake. I'm so burnt out from yesterday. Fine, I'll check the sensor tower thing. Oh my god. I just hope you guys aren't crazy like the people on Twitter. You know how some people on Twitter think their tweets are changing the world? You've probably seen these people tweet. But that's not how the world works. Right? Your feelings, the world doesn't give a damn about your feelings. You know. Yeah, like you can buy a car and crash it as long as it didn't kill anybody or cause damage to another property or something. That's your prerogative. You can. That's what people do, by the way. They buy cars and then they shoot it until it blows up because they think it's fun. But again, they can do that. So yeah, there's no 4-month timer on the artifacts. So I don't understand what this is about. It's on a 4-month cooldown, isn't it? I'm pretty sure HSR has a better artifact transmuter. What? I don't know what you guys are talking about. I just used a transmutation yesterday. What are we talking about right now? It takes so long to actually craft an art. I'm gonna turn on Genshin Impact right now and craft an artifact. I don't understand what you're talking about. What am I? I'm gonna open up. I'm gonna open up Genshin right now. What are we talking about? Why would it take you 4 months to transmute an artifact? How does it take that long to transmute an artifact? Hold on. I'm gonna turn on Genshin. What are we talking about right now? Oh, let me close SLA. I'm so confused. Why is there a 4-month timer? What? Hold on, let me see. Why is it not showing up? One sec.
I think this time it turned out better than before.
Why do new explorers make us
You guys just can't see it right now. I don't know why.
that place isn't even worth mentioning?
Okay, I'm just gonna capture my entire PC window right now. Just because we're just going over this. What's stopping me from transmuting an artifact right now? Here, I'll put it further up. What's stopping me from transmuting an artifact right now? Not that? What are we talking about then? Crafting the elixirs? We're talking about artifact craft. Okay, sorry. What are we talking about then? It's the typewriter and gadgets? I think whoever's talking about the artifact thing is a resin thing, maybe? Okay. The custom artifact maker? Wait, why is there a 4-month limit on that? This? What's the big deal? We'll do it live? I don't know if they have one. What's the big deal with this? You get one material from it per patch. They will give us the mats for it through other means. The main restriction is you can only craft one piece from a given each patch. I've never even used this. And I don't even know why would I need to use this. It will help. Yeah, it would speed things up, but what's the big deal? Are we about to pretend like we can't get good artifact pieces unless we do stuff like that? Like, come on. Like you can go on websites and see. I'm sorry. Like, what are we even talking about? Let's talk about this for a brief moment, I guess. What's the difference between like a really good artifact piece and a really bad a really good artifact piece and a good artifact piece? Like a handful of percentages? Like it's gonna affect your play now? Like what were we talking about? Like I've never looked at any of my characters and been like, man, I wish I could have like 5% more of crit rate. Like I wouldn't even think about it. Like what kind of difference does that make? Is the idea that we can't use it enough and that you would like to use it more? Well, if that's the idea, okay, that's fair, but that's not a problem of the game. I disagree with that because the idea of farming is so we can actually get good artifact pieces. And I've never looked at any of my characters and been like, man, look, like if you look at my characters, they all have good pieces. Like maybe one is slightly worse than the other, but like I've never ever. That's like not a flaw of a game. Yeah, would it be nice to get what you want more often? Yeah, sure, absolutely. But if that's the idea of a flaw of a game, like I wouldn't even know what to say about that. Again, almost all my main characters have over 40% crit rate, right? And I don't look at any of them and been like, okay, well if I had a bit more, I would have more fun or something. Like, it's not a big deal. It'd be nice to hit slightly harder or something, yeah, sure, but like, that's not a flaw. They didn't have this before. They have it now. It helps you out. It saves you time. But it's not a big deal. You know? Like, what does it matter? I was like, what are you... I didn't understand what you were talking about because I thought you meant this. And it was just like, why would it take 4 months to craft anything? And then if it's the other thing, and even with the other thing, okay, it takes 4 months to get your like guaranteed stats or whatever. But this isn't a big deal. I'm just saying. Am I missing something? Why would this be a big deal? They didn't have this for the longest time. And now that they have it, who cares? Like, why is it that big of a deal? Sure, you save some time. I haven't used this, and I still don't plan to use this. So every period, I can extract enough to do this, right? And that's it? Like, okay, I'll do it, but getting like 7% more crit rate or something doesn't make a difference in the gameplay. Am I crazy to say that? Yeah, so I have to get it to hit 100, right? And then I can get one of these things. But yeah, sure. I mean, everyone can see things as a flaw or whatever, however they want. So from my understanding, I have to just hit 100 and I get one of these. And then every cycle, I can make one of these. Is that what this is? I've literally never even used it, and it's never even... Okay, I'll make one right now, but I think we're overblowing things. All right. I'm not trying to say someone's feelings doesn't matter, but oh, there's more value? Why is this a 30? Oh. So just have to hit 100? Okay, I'm gonna double check on the stuff I'm gonna give up. You can put substats and main stats, but it rolls 2 other random subs. Okay. Let me just dump a couple of these then. Plus 20s count for more because there's more EXP in them? Okay. But why is it the last one that counts for more? Oh, no, they don't. My mistake. Is it only plus 20s that count for more? Okay, I presume it is. Okay, whatever. There you go. We have one. We have one. Okay, I'm gonna go over this one. Okay, I'll go over this one. Let's just make it. Oh, cool. You save it. I didn't know that. So every patch you're gonna do this?
I got a new letter.
So wait, where do we come with the number of 4 months?
Looks like the situation has changed again.
Moving goalposts now, are we? Am I? I don't know or care since I don't play Genshin anymore, and you can say it's not a big deal and all to time gate it like that, but when their sister game is as bad luck in my opinion. What? I know how people think about these things, but do you realize that's not how it works? Okay. Here. Do you? Oh, let's do something. Yum Incorporated. What is Yum Incorporated? And you might be like, what does it have to do? I'm just setting the idea here. Yum Incorporated. This is a stock you can own. They own KFC, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, Habit. All right. Why do they not do the same shit? For example, same memberships, same coupons, same etc. for all of them. It's the same owner. Why don't they do it the same for all of them? All right, let's try PepsiCo. PepsiCo, they own like everything. Lay's, Mountain Dew, Quaker Oats, Gatorade. Why don't they do everything the same? You want to look at gaming companies? We can do that. Nintendo Mobile. For example. Now most of their games are gone at this point. Why did they put... Because they did. Why don't they put Animal Crossing into maintenance mode instead of closing it down? You know? I can go this over and over again. I'm not moving the goalpost or anything here. Even if a company has one segment of them, one business, one version, one game, it doesn't matter. They don't have to run it the same way. That's not... If you look at it from a fundamental level of, hey, they have the same owner, therefore it should be okay to do this thing and this thing the same, but it's not the same kind of game. And the way the game values certain aspects are not going to be equivalent to each other, right? Which is why I gave the example starting out with Yum Incorporated. You're not going to run the same deals at Taco Bell as Pizza Hut or KFC. That wouldn't... You could, but should you? They're different entities. In that case, different foods of different cultures, right? You can go to Nintendo Mobile and look at it from a game perspective of how they manage their games. They didn't manage them the same way. Like, I get it. Yeah, one game can do something better, and it would be nice if the other game also gets that same thing. But there's nothing there saying this is the way it should be done, and this is the way it has to be done, and this is the only positive way to do something. They have more things to consider. Honkai Star Rail is a game that is, what, 2 years old? Like, it's heading towards 2 years old, right? And Genshin Impact is over 4 years old now, right? You cannot change things the same way because there's a bigger difference in terms of the change to make it to a 4-year-old game, which has been set in its ways for so many years, versus a game that's 2 years old, or that is reaching 2 years old. If you do a game-shaking mechanic change later on, how will older players react to it? For example, if they made it so that we have resin, the self-modeling shit, self-modeling resin in HSR in Genshin, how would older players feel about that who have been spending hundreds of hours grinding artifacts, and now all of a sudden they can get it with very minimum effort? These are things they have to consider, which is why it wouldn't be right to just say, oh, hey, this is progressive and we should just do it for everything. Doing every progressive thing could step on more toes and cause more troubles than it's ever worth. Would it be nice for the average player? Absolutely. But they're the ones who are putting their business online, and they're the ones who have to figure this stuff out. It's so easy to say what's better, what's right, or whatever when you only look at it from one perspective. But when you look at it from every perspective, it's a lot more muddied. So, again, you're free to your opinions, but like, it would not be right to look at it so straightforwardly. Yeah, it's like a boomer that's annoyed that younger people don't have to pay student loans. Sure, like right now, a lot of loans are being released now, and they're no longer being counted. But you know what that does? Those boomers that they pissed off might not vote for the same party in control right now, the Democrats, because they feel like they didn't get anything. They didn't get any help, and they feel wronged. Does my example make sense? Right? They did something that's overall beneficial, but they're going to have to take they're going to have to take, well, who really knows how much this is going to mean in general, but this is why it's not clear cut. It's why you can't just run everything the same. Not to mention sometimes, well, whatever. There's no point in explaining, because no matter what I say, some people can would only see things one way, or only believe things in one way. But it's a lot more dangerous for a company to go with these things, especially for. I'm just gonna point this out. Genshin Impact has been #1 for so many years now. The way they navigate their troubles and problems has been better than any other game. No other gacha game has been #1 as long as Genshin Impact has. And we've already shown earlier in the stream, no game has reached $5 billion faster than Genshin Impact. And they beat it by a lot. They have done, for the most part, the right things. I feel like companies should be able to make things that are mistakes or not do, because they've, in this case anyways, they've earned the right to. All the time, people see things one way, and they think it's so obvious. And then, when the company finally does it, things don't work out. I've seen it so many times in the gacha, in gacha games, in real life, in companies. Everything seems so obvious. Until it actually happens. Yeah, Genshin made mainstream gacha.
There is no right
That's the other part that gets to me a lot. When people are...
Strike a pose. Let the world
Again, I'm not trying to shit on Wuthering Waves, but when Wuthering Waves first launched and they gave us so much free shit, and people were just saying over and over again, Genshin wouldn't, Genshin couldn't, Genshin...
Now you shall perish.
Yeah, man. So Genshin, when Wuthering Waves launches, should just give us, what, 100 free polls? Would that make sense? A game that's been around for 4 years should celebrate just a random day because another game released. Like they were just launching their game, right? Like, come on, man. Anyways, the more you think about this stuff, the more you realize how ridiculous it is. At least that's how I feel.
Time to shine.
They should give us 200.
Hear me. Inazuma shines
Alright.
eternal.
Just want to get this done so we can move on to Nikke. IMO, people who intentionally get fucked up about should receive something, but that's just me. Or new doesn't really matter to me, so that comparison doesn't work. But that's just me. They should, but that's not what happens. So there's a lot of things that should happen, but it doesn't happen. I feel like, this is not to call anyone immature or anything, but I feel like as you get older, you kind of realize there's a lot of things that should happen, but will probably never happen. You know, there's a lot of things that are fair that should happen, but it won't happen.
Ad Astra.
Well, probably a better way to say this. There's a lot of things that are unfair, but they happen anyways. Anyways, let's go over to Nikke and do that, and do the next segment of the stream. Yes, I should do a lot of other stuff, but I don't have the time for it. You're right. You got me there. Right? There's a lot of things you should do, but there's a lot of reasons why you don't do it. Yeah, we looked at the gacha revenue list. Yep, we just finished that. Alright, sorry, let me catch up before I'm gonna check out the face stuff in a moment too. That Zugma wanted me to see. Oh, no, I didn't take it as you meant I was moving the goalposts. I didn't take it that way. I was just reading it over, and I was explaining why we can't look at things the same way. I wasn't trying to like say it doesn't even matter if he moves the goalpost or anything like that, to be honest, but I was trying to explain why you can't treat the games the same way. Imagine if Fire Emblem Heroes did skill and something as equivalent as a skill inheritance change in 2024 versus in 2017, right? It wouldn't really make sense. It would like when you make decisions that big, you could ruin your game over these things. You could lose a ton of players over it. You can wrong a lot of people. So it's secretly a big balancing act that people aren't aware of. For example, in HSR, I don't have anywhere near the artifact luck that I have in Genshin Impact. But that doesn't like stop my level of enjoyment in the game, you know? Those are again, I guess everyone like values things differently. But there's a lot of things that happen that aren't such a big deal. I find it funny they have a problem with that, but not giving tax cuts and bailouts to companies. Well, yeah, that shouldn't happen, but that happens. I got fucked, and so should you. Yeah, let's be honest, that's how a lot of people view the world. People would rather things not be right, but be fair. You know what I mean? It would be right for them to do all these things, but it would be unfair for a lot of people. Therefore, let's just be fair so no one gets it. Oh shoot. That's right, I forgot this one's kind of bullshit. There you go. Don't you find a problem that a game that just came out did more for their player base than a game that was around for 4 years? No. I don't know if people realize this. Do you guys realize how Genshin Again, I understand you don't want to give Genshin that level of respect, but you guys know once Genshin Impact released, gachas changed. Prior to Genshin Impact, gachas did not feel like they were on the same level as like console games. And I know that sounds crazy to people, but they weren't viewed as actual games, as full-on games. Genshin changed that because they basically released a console level game that was going to continually go on forever, that you didn't actually have to pay any money into. They changed all sorts of standards. Because prior to Genshin Impact, what was a gacha game that was actually basically deserving to be on a console? So they already changed a lot of things to the positive. I get the idea or feeling that most people just don't remember what they did right. Wow, this is an easy fight. Oh god. I waited too long. Yeah, they changed how the banners and pity works, which is why I don't... People forget how bad gacha rates were. Do you guys remember Fake Grand Order's rate? People used to be like, oh, well, at least it's... You know, like, people thought that was okay at first. The rates... Their pity system, for example, was very revolutionary when they first did it. But that's now a standard. It's really easy to, it's really easy to meet the standard Genshin set out, because all you have to do is look at what they do and change that and do it better. But they don't get to do the same thing because they have a long established these standards, and it would just piss off their longtime players if they did do it. Like, you can't. The longer a game has been around, the more standards and whatnot they've set, the more difficult it is for them to be free to move so freely. Which is why a game that just launched can change drastically, or in the first 2 years can change drastically, versus a game that is like 4 years down the line. You don't move faster as you get bigger. You move faster when you're still small. It's like, why don't big corporations or organizations move very quickly and make big decisions fast? Because they really can't. Again, with Genshin's a really good example of all that, because I remember when Genshin first launched, I thought its rates were amazing. Right? Remember, at the time, I was playing Dragalia Lost, Fire Emblem Heroes, Fate Grand Order. Like, can I actually say they didn't do the rates better than these games at the time? At the time, for example, with Faye, they hadn't reworked the pull system yet. So there was no charges. So we had unlimited pity at the time. And even the change they made barely impacts players because you almost never hit it. They didn't have Fae Pass, so you had to guarantee Spark. That wasn't there in the game yet. We didn't have 4-star Sparks either. FGO's pulls are still shit, but at least they have a hard pity now, right? When Genshin released, they were really good when it comes to how a system works. They were really, really good. It's easy to forget that now because there are better things out there, but I remember how, like, impressed I was that within 90 pulls, I'm guaranteed to get whoever and whatever, so that I could actually budget my pulls. Right? It was like the first time ever that I played a gacha game. I mean, I bring this up all the time, just to put things in perspective, because everyone kind of, like, when they think about the past, they change up the history. Here. This is Fire Emblem Heroes. I spent nearly $500 trying to get Hector and failed. Ask me anything. Do people remember this? If you told this guy, would you rather have the system in Fire Emblem Heroes or Genshin Impact? Guess which one this guy would have picked. It's really easy to go look back at 2019 when Genshin Impact first launched, and because they kept their system, and say, wow, it's so shit now. It's so shit. Yeah, okay. But it wasn't shit when it first launched. And it's really hard for them to switch these things up at this point. Should they? Yeah, of course. But how are we going to argue with the company that stands at #1 in terms of revenue? Like, what? Why should they change it? But yeah, like, this is what gachas look like when I first started. If you wanted somebody, there was unlimited pity. Because of Genshin Impact, hard pity and soft pity became a really big thing. That became the standard. That became the norm. And now every game does it. And as a result, Genshin looks bad now because they don't do this. They don't do all the other things that other games do. But when it first launched, it was revolutionary. People forget, but again, you can't expect. Even if it wasn't Genshin, by the way, this isn't out of favoritism. Even if it's some other game, I understand, because it's really hard. Most gacha games, years in, they don't gain new players. It's all about maintaining which players you have. And these guys would struggle. Like, imagine you make one of these big changes, and while a big part of your player base enjoys it, but what if a big part of your player base gets pissed off by it? You're probably never seeing those guys again. It's really hard. Usually when games make these changes, these drastic changes, it's out of desperation. Like how Brown Dust 2 and Snowbreak, they've now announced they're never going to make another male character, male gacha character again. That's basically out of desperation. You know, that's usually what it takes to make these guys do anything like that. But again, just to sum it up, it's really hard for successful companies to make these drastic changes because they're still successful. It's really easy for those other companies to make it because, one, they haven't launched a game yet, so they can set a new standard, and all they have to do is meet or beat the standards that they see in front of them from other successful games. Like, or they're desperate and they have like nothing to lose. Right? It's really hard for games that are established to do these changes. I think people prefer attribute the existence of pity system to GBF Monkey Gate controversy. I'm not saying Genshin was the first one to have a pity system, but their pity system was the first one to get so much coverage and so much coverage and so much feedback about, because they quickly became the biggest game, right? When did BD2 make that announcement? Recently. Was it a week ago? Here we go. 8 days ago, Brownless 2 confirms it won't release male characters anymore during the 500 days special live stream. This is a question we see frequently on feedback about male characters. No plans for either of them. Yep. They basically looked at the revenue from male characters, and then they heard the feedback from players, and they decided, nope, it doesn't make sense anymore, so we won't do it. But again, games don't make these big changes unless they're desperate. And I don't mean desperate as in they're on a deathbed. Like, if a game stagnates or is on a slight decline, that could easily drive them to do desperate things. In BD2, in Brownless 2's case, that's absolutely happened. And for those who don't know, this was 8 days ago. They don't call it Brownless 1 anymore, but they changed it. Brave 9, Brownless 1 EOS in December after 7 years of service. That was just 3 months ago. So they can't screw up BD2. This is it. This is their game. That's why I'm saying this is a desperate action, because they looked at everything and they're trying to make the most out of what they have right now. They can't afford to screw this up, because if BD2 ever goes EOS, and that's it for their gaming company. That's it. So yeah. If Brown Dust or Brave 9, aka Brown Dust 1, was still doing well, they probably don't have to make a lot of these decisions, but they do. Or maybe the devs listened. I mean, they did listen, but it's, you know feedback, right? Devs listen to all sorts of feedback, and a lot of the feedback are just straight wrong. But they don't do it because they know it's wrong. By the way, do you think having male characters in a gacha game is wrong? Let's just get that out of the way, because I feel like people have the wrong idea here. Why is removing male characters from your game like a desperate decision? Gacha games want to attract both male and female players, but male players have historically never cared about the female about anything but the female characters. You don't do this unless you're desperate, unless you are giving up on, like, I'm sure people know, like, the human population is about 50-50 in terms of males and females, and obviously you want to keep your game open to as many people as possible, aka you're going to want to release male characters. But if you realize, hey, you know, I'm willing to bet a lot of gacha games gets the same feedback. Like, you should only remove the male characters, only release female characters going forward. I'm sure a lot of gacha games get that, but they don't do that because they don't have to be that desperate yet. Yes, there is clearly an audience for both, and there are games that do both really, really well. That is absolutely true. But that's what I'm saying. You don't go for this decision unless it's out of desperation. You don't go for this decision as a starting point either. You do it over time once you see the decision. Once the decisions push you down that direction. Art is peak, which is a shame that they won't do more male characters. I don't even think they did their male characters badly. I liked all the male characters, actually. Or just about all the male characters. Genshin gets that shit too? Yeah. And they don't do it. There's a lot of feedback out there. They're not all good feedback, and they're not all things you should do. Genshin Impact is a great example. Imagine how the Genshin Impact community... Genshin Impact is a lot more closer to 50-50 in terms of males and females. It's obviously male skewed, as most gacha games are, but they have a lot more healthy of a female player base. And I definitely don't think they should only release female characters. I feel like that would hurt them so much in the long run. But again, that makes sense for Brown 2. That makes sense for Snowbreak. But it doesn't make sense for every game. So that can't just say devs listen to feedback, because devs get all sorts of feedback and not all of them are right. Anyways. When is EOS, man? I just want to be free. Hey, we all want to be free. Let's see. Can you advance or enhance characters without having to pull multiple copies in Genshin? Me just being curious about how things work in the game now. Yes. The majority of characters in Genshin Impact do not need multiple copies to be good. Multiple copies do help and do spike up your damage, but we're talking about in the realms of like... Okay. I would have to talk about it specifically, otherwise I'll be generalizing, but I'm going to generalize just because I don't have all data to talk about every character. Right, there are big difference makers in terms of getting more constellations, but in general, just getting the character gets you like the majority of the benefit of getting the character. Extra constellations can improve your damage output like 10-15%, or sometimes even higher than that. And some characters, it really changes how they play entirely. But in general, you don't really need more characters. Having better equipment means more for those characters in general. So that makes sense why FGO only gets a 300 pulls pity, because they're afraid to piss off older players. Yes, Len, I'm glad you understand that, because imagine you're a longtime FGO player and they double the rate. And all the new players are celebrating, but you're going to have a lot of salty players that are very upset at you. So that's why they can't just make such a change so quickly. That's why they always make changes, and it's borderline not a change. It's like Fire Emblem Heroes finally getting a hard pity system, but you have to fail getting the focus character 3 times in a row before you get a guaranteed focus character. Right? That's practically useless for most players. But they have to, because anything less than that, probably not worth it. Hey friend, how's it going? Also, this isn't Genshin Impact. Yeah, we're in just chatting right now. I think I'm caught up, right? All right. But yeah, if you look politically, I'm a liberal, so I'm very used to looking at both sides of the argument. But that's why I bring all these things up, because if you only look at one side of the argument, it's so easy to make up your mind, but it's very rarely a good idea to just look at one side. Especially when you have more to lose than to gain. Imagine Fire Emblem Heroes tomorrow announced that the summoning rate is 33% higher, so a third better than it is today. Do you think all of a sudden people are going to come back to Fire Emblem Heroes, for example? No, it's not going to happen. They might see some players return, but they'll return, do have some pulls, and they'll quit again. Right? That wouldn't change things. But what did you just do to your game? Well, you set a new standard, so now less players have to spend money in the game to accomplish the same things, so you just earn less money. You piss off players who might have just spent money to get said character, and now they want a refund, so you just lost money. Players might be very upset about it, and they quit the game, so you just lost more players. So you see where I'm going with this, right? As a good example, you have way more to lose than to gain. So when you're number 1, like Genshin, why would you change anything? You shouldn't change anything. You're more worried about losing players than gaining players. That doesn't remedy the issues it already has, LMAO. Exactly. It also doesn't fix these things. But that's why when people say like X Gacha game has better pull system than Genshin, like okay, well that doesn't matter. That's not something that's realistic. That's why what started this discussion out was the talk from Genshin would never. But I was trying to explain why Genshin would never do it, because it's not because they literally can't do it. It's because they realize it's probably going to be a loss overall to do it, than not rather than gain. I have to actually try really hard on these, huh? I might get a level in this just to get it to just do it quicker. Alright, I spent way too much time talking about gacha games, but it is really interesting. Because I play so many of them, I notice all these things. I think this is not the run. I was wondering why I had to pause. If I don't pause, they're gonna all shoot it and they're gonna break it. Because Naga is shooting. I think I should probably get one more level. I can get to 7 now, but it's kind of hard. We have 45 seconds to kill. One bar, but Naga's dead. Okay, I had to cover there. My mistake. Good thing is I finally be able to get leader soon. I had her wishlist from ages ago. She never came home. With the new change, every 100 polls, you can guarantee yourself a leader or a Naga or Alice. It's a really nice change. I have to cover with Naga during the latter half burst, or otherwise she can die. Oh my god, they changed the patterns? It's so weird. Alright, I think this is the wrong pattern. Oh, we got a 7. Holy crap, that was good. We got it. I was worried we wouldn't be able to get a 7. Nice, we got it. I wanted to get a 7 because it was a double. It was a double birthday. All right. Speaking of upcoming games, I'm worried the specs for the game might be a bit too much for my potato PC and phone. Dang it, not a good time to be poor. Which game are we talking about right now? Nikke's like an on and off thing for me. I come back when there's something that interests me, like the anniversary. Welcome back. Arrow, I'm trying to quit playing co-op games. My friends never play with me. That sounds so sad. Lightning my hunter ID? Wait, what? Lightning? Lightning? Genshin Impact still ends up with way more female characters than males. Look at Natlan. The only male character we know will be playable from Natlan are Kinish and Oronin versus females like, yes, Mulani, Kachini, Zilonin. Yeah. They should scale towards female characters. I'm not disputing that. But they are trying. Like, there are some really basic ass characters in Genshin that I appreciate them being in the game. I like Gamings, for example. He's pretty basic, but he's just a good kid who's trying to reach his dreams while make everyone happy, and he's always working hard. Like I respect that they like stuck with him despite everything. Oh my god, I've only got 1 crystal. All that. Okay, well, this is the point. Oh, hold on. Hold on. You're talking about Monster Hunter. Oh yeah, did you guys see this? Did you guys know they might... We don't know what they're doing, but if they're not doing another solo raid after this, in a condensed schedule, we're losing out on resources, because what they gave us was not enough. So ignore this, and ignore this, but the rest of this is... Oh, and ignore this. But the rest of this is from the solo raid being closed. As a whole, we're coming out of this with less gems, because if you do well in solo raids, it's way more than 600, and it's pretty easily more than 600. And of course, you get a frame, and I think the rest of this is fair. That's not anything different. But in terms of gems, this is predominantly gems. And obviously the experience of using characters. The idea is probably Cinderella is the reason why they can't do this anymore, so. It'll be too much of a difference for people who know how Cinderella works and how Cinderella doesn't work. And as a result, it would be very unfair. Because not everyone like listens or watches YouTube videos about Cinderella or Nikke. Or reads news about Cinderella or Nikke. Or, you know, some people just play the game. And those guys would have no chance of beating people who abuse Cinderella's new burst mechanic, or quote-unquote mechanic, which is bursting with a full charge would increase your damage output. I've heard anywhere from like 20% to insane numbers, like scaling based off of like how much percentage she's charging. I don't really know the numbers. All I know is it's a big difference maker. And the people who know and do this will do way better than the people who don't know and who don't do this. So yeah, it makes sense for them to close things down. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they do this. See your fruit pull. I'm hoping it's a condensed schedule, because otherwise we just lost out on a bunch of gems that we normally would have. Ah. I do think they'll most likely they'll most likely do a condensed schedule, because otherwise it'd be unfair to other players. So that's what I think. I'm interested in uploading GFL 2. Hopefully my last gen's things can still run them. Yeah, GFL 2 looks really nice, but it's built in Unity, and it's very easy to run for most people. You will not have the same level of fidelity as other people, but that's better than the alternative of not being able to play the game, you know? Speaking of Genshin, did they ever fix that bug that Xinjiang has or nah? What bug? Was it even a big deal? 3 years ago, Philanthropy produced Xinjiang's E bug for 2 minutes straight. The issue is in black and white. Xinjiang's E, a majority of the time, not bugged for players with low ping. It's a ping thing. For players with high ping, however, like me, her E is almost bugged. Absolutely bugged. I just tested it now to be sure that recent 2.2 patch didn't fix it. I confirm it's still bugged. I'll repost my reply to something. Okay, so it's a ping thing. So if you're really laggy, but is this really a bug? You guys know most games have a minimum ping. So in order to avoid having issues that weren't meant to happen, but due to ping could happen, they just boot you out of the game. For the majority of games, if you have bad ping, it would cause any number of things not intended to happen. This isn't something you can really place on Genshin, or if you have bad ping, okay. I complain all the friggin' time about how Smash Online is bullshit because there's always latency. So with the game designed the way it is, online, I can't box people out because there's no way for me to react. But offline, I will react and I will box them out because there's at least 20 frames of latency that's being removed, so I can react and box out. But that's not really, I mean, that's Nintendo server's fault, but that's not really the fault of like the game developers, because they are not the ones making the servers as well. It happens in all kinds of games where the ping breaks things and makes things that it's unintentional happen. I don't think it's really a bug. That's just how ping works. Wait, Datura, your mom is only 38? Hey, Aerosenin, you know what you should do? You should get Datura's mom's number. I joke about this all the time, but I really... Imagine you find out one of your viewers has like a hot mom and they're not old, and then you date their mom, get married, and now your viewer is now your kid, and as the final blow, because that's already devastating enough, you disown them afterwards. That's my dream. That's what I want to do one day. I won't do that to poor Datura. Become her dad, then disown her. You don't want her. She's used and a hold digger. A hold digger. That's the first time I've ever heard that. Interesting dream. I think all people should have dreams. That's what I believe in. Alright, is Slugma still here? I can finally do a stupid thing. I need a break after going over everything. I already disowned my mom. Wait, you disowned your mom? How does that work? Still here? Fuck. I was hoping the assassins that I sent after Sugma would have killed him by now, but I guess it wasn't meant to be. Alright, I'll do it. Looking back, I'm grateful there's so much push for rollback netcode, because having to play fighting games in any other code is just so unfun. Yep. Yep. Harshion knows very well. Anyone who's ever played with rollback knows how different the game functions as a result. Okay, let me grab this and then let's do the thing. I left her house and don't talk to her. All right. That means your mom had you when she was 18? She was a young hoe. 17, yeah. My mom was 18. There's a lot of hoe moms in here, huh? Anyways, I'm sorry. I'm gonna take a sip of water. I don't know what I just said. Your mom was also 18? Wow. Maybe my dreams don't have to be a dream. Alright, they gave us 69 cube batteries. Let's open these up. We got a lot of bastions. No resilience rep. I think. I don't know, man. This feels so empty just getting it like this. I didn't even work for this. Listen. I accept all home mother. Wow, I can't believe how many of your moms are under 40. Oh man, not more. Oh, I got 2 rocket launchers. Never mind. This is good. I want rocket launchers. You can have my mom if you want. If you want, might get an STI with her though. You're so okay with giving away your mom. Oh my gosh. Is this reverse psychology? The goal of this is to like marry a mom and disown the kid. Ooh, sniper rifle. SMG's garbage though. But you sound like you want to get disowned. Alright, let's open these. 10. 22. Ooh, 180. Oh my gosh. Okay. Huh, maybe I'm warming up to getting all this for free. The question is there even anything to own? Wait, what do you mean by own? Alright, I'm gonna get this done. Check out Sugma's thing. Sugma, can you post the links again? Hold on, never mind. I have them. I just wanted to make things difficult on you, that's all. I'm sorry. I just realized as soon as I asked, it's just like, I know where these are. You can have, I'm offering your dream. It's a win-win in my eyes. The crazy thing is Atura is actually not that far away from me. We're not only in the same province. She's in the... I think she's like a couple hours away. It's also in Submit to Sanguine? Alright, thanks. If the mom has anything of value. Well, that's true. Rare, you want to give Sugma what he wants? You're right. What am I doing? I should scam him his money. No, I'll do it. I am genuinely kind of curious as well. Even though it doesn't make me happy to make him happy. My mom's value is between her legs. I've never seen someone so down about their mother as you, Tatura. Oh my gosh. That's a picture. Holy crap. They bought her a house and 3 cars? God damn. Listen, I've said this many times before. I respect all working beings. Even gold diggers. And hoes and whatever. It doesn't matter. You have to be good. My mom has never worked a day in my whole life. God damn. ADHD bar, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Chat. If you could have a sugar mommy or sugar daddy, would you do it? Would you? This is a serious question, even though it's very unserious in nature. Oh, it's tied to minigame. Nice. I think I would. I mean, aren't streamers kind of already doing that? Except instead of one sugar daddy or sugar mommy, you have tons of them. I'm already partway there. The answer is yes. Like, I think you would have to be lying to yourself, cause or not an adult. But I think for most adults, you know, working every single day is a pain in the ass. Some people have fun at work or whatnot. I'm glad for those people, absolutely. But for most people, it is. There's so many more things you would rather do, but you don't get to do it because you have to contribute towards society. So, like, I can't blame your mom. That's why I respect it. Game respects game. Oh, shoot. It's rough because I know I actually make good money. I would love a millionaire sugar mommy. Yeah, yeah. I know we're so off topic today and I'm taking forever to end the stream, but I want to show you guys something really quickly. So I watched this.
Jennifer Ash.
This is like the most crazy story I've ever heard. I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find it. Hold on. Damn it, why am I struggling to find it? It's the most crazy thing I've ever heard. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up. Oh, I found it. This is the most crazy case I heard. I think I showed it on stream, maybe. This dude is a wannabe rapper. He convinced this lady to be his sugar mommy. Then he murdered this girl. There's a love triangle. Oh my god, I don't even know how to explain this. This just sounds crazy. And he didn't have one sugar mommy, he had two. And his sugar mommies ran off with each other. This is... I don't even know how I'm gonna explain this. Have you guys ever heard of the words, life is stranger than, fiction? This is it. This is a life is stranger than fiction moment. I don't even know... How am I gonna even explain this? She says, she saw potential in his music. Guilty. Liar. Lock her up. Max sentence. Apparently it was an investment for her. And they would just bang all the time. Oh my god. Anyways, I listened to this. She got like plastic surgery and Botox and whatever to appear younger for him. She helped cover up the murder with him. Oh my god. I don't even know how to explain this. This story is so wild. This is the dude. Holy crap. Alright, one sec. I'm gonna look it up. Here. Marissa Boltello murder trial. Lisa Dykes guilty of murder, sentenced to life in prison. After 7 days of testimony, a Dallas jury found Lisa Dykes guilty of murdering 23-year-old Marissa Boltello and tampering with evidence. She tried to cover up the murder for her boy toy. Anyways, Dykes killed Boltello in a jealous rage after seeing her in a bed with her rapper boyfriend Charles Beltran. Yes, it turns out he didn't like his sugar mommy as much as he proclaimed, and then disposed of Boltello's body with the help of her wife, Nina Morano, which, by the way, how does this even work? So, the sugar mommy has a wife and a business, and then they have this guy, her rapper boyfriend, and they both banged him, and then there was a girl that he was seeing, and she didn't like that, so she killed the girlfriend of her rapper boyfriend with help from her wife, and then afterwards they ran off to the Philippines to not face justice. Am I explaining this well enough? Anyways, I remember listening to this case and I was like, this is insane. But yeah, find yourself a sugar mommy that would commit murder for you. That was where I was going with this. Probably. Where can I find these ladies? It was I don't even know how I'm gonna explain the story because it'll take like 20 minutes to explain the story. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It's funny that her last name is oh, it is? Sounds like a 90-day fiance couple. Damn, and he threw it all away for murder? He did. Wait, did I make a mistake? I thought he committed murder because he was on the run as well. I don't think... okay, maybe I made a mistake. I don't think... I'll double check later. But the entire case was so weird. Is that why you call Mono daddy? No, Mono's not my sugar daddy. I call him dad. Let's see. I can be gay for money, so either is fine. LOL. Fair enough. Why did a girl die? Because the jealousy. Anyways, I listened to that story and I thought it was so interesting. And understandable. I feel like things that you know are definitely wrong becomes a lot more acceptable as you get older. You know what I mean? I don't think you should have a sugar mommy or sugar daddy, but deep down inside I know the answer to that, which is yeah, I take it. And I think most people know the answer to that, which is yeah, they take that. All right. Let's see this real quick. Oh, we can go in. So I can donate more than Mono, I think. I mean, they both don't donate a lot at this point, but definitely. Oh my god, definitely, yeah. Mono. When I became unemployed, I think Mono donated quite a bit of money. Like quite a bit. I mean, for me, which is like $100 or something. But that really meant a lot to me because, despite how much money this guy makes, he's very oh my god, it goes through the floor. He's very frugal. All he cares about is saving his money and going to Japan. I don't even think he spends money on gacha games anymore. But we all know why. He goes to Japan and has these massive orgies of like 20 hookers at once. At least that's what I think it's happening. And that's all that matters. What I think is happening matters the most. Living's too pricey. To bot want a what? Want a glucose guardian. What? What are you saying? We looked at this one time on stream, if you guys recall. We all know living is too expensive. But did you know dying is too expensive too? Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm getting wrecked. Even a cremation is too expensive nowadays. Even if you want to die, it's too expensive. I mean, technically speaking, it's not your problem anymore, but someone else has to deal with it. But even dying is too expensive. So even if you think living is too expensive, guess what? Dying is too expensive too. It doesn't matter to you? I guess so. You know, I understand that feeling. Sometimes I think to myself, man, it'd be nice to just rest forever, if you know what I mean. You know, you don't have to deal with any crap anymore. But then I think to myself, you know, there's more good food I want to eat. There's more people I want to meet. There's more fun I want to have. And then I decide, I guess dying kind of sucks. Oh god. Oh god, I died. Oh god, what the f- I looked at chat. Bro, how do you unlock the first electric barrier in this minigame? Just follow the quests. Always open your map and check the quests. This game punishes you for going too far too early. So just check that stuff out and I think you're good. Because that's what I did. Just always open your map and always goes towards the quests. It's very linear. You know you have another ability? I'm listening. I have this ability called not listening, and I use it a lot. But please tell me about more abilities. I can't believe Lightning's a Monster Hunter fan. Uh-oh. Oh my god, it's tracking, okay. Oh no. But maybe I should have known deep down inside that you're a furry. Wait. Wait, what? Oh god. How am I supposed to get up? Go get the double jump ability? I still don't have it? I knew there was gonna be a double jump ability somewhere, but I'm just following objective. I'm trying to get to objective. Oh, it wants me to go down and left? Okay. I have played it I have played Monster Hunter on stream. I always like God Eater more than Monster Hunter. That's fair. God Eater is a great series. Is there another one? I can't believe. What? Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Oh my gosh. You shattered? Recovering broken ego. Dude, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to finish the daily. Huh? Is this another I can't believe you speak English thing? I don't know. Some of you guys, I can't imagine your voices at all. Like, Obama said he was white. Or... I still don't believe him. Which Monster Hunter makes fans furries? Yeah. Oh my god. Fuck this. Oh, wait, I can just dash through it. I am. Yeah, I know. But how? How are you white? When have I ever said the N-word? You said the N-word the first moment I met you. You said, what's good in the hood? My N-word? And I'm like, oh, okay. Makes sense. I remember how you were talking shit yesterday about not needing extra help. How does it feel now? It's because I'm reading the chat. If I was focused, I wouldn't need it at all. If you look at, if you rewind the stream and you look at the times I got hit, it's always when I'm turning my head. I like that. They have like a shot. Okay. Oh, new Rapture. They really put a lot of thought in this, huh? Oh. You should use the air dash to get out of the way easier. You can react to it, right? Yeah, you can. Why didn't I just take the floor from the below? That seems a lot easier. All right, let me do this real quick. Slugma, what happened to you anyways? I haven't seen you all week. Is the cancer finally killing you? Is that what's going on? I presume we just keep going left. Whispering's better than shouting. Why should she follow these rules? Can't crouch. I want to be the boss every time we play. I've been writing the paper on my last project for my PhD. Oh my god, are you actually gonna graduate? I want you guys to know the biggest lie of all time. Oh, again. The biggest lie of all time on the stream that has been said is that Sugma is doing his PhD. Does anyone believe that Sugma is doing a PhD? Here, this is I know this is really wrong to say, but I have been on the lookout for this entire time. Hold on. This is what I think. There. This is what I think was going to happen.
To the sentencing hearing for the man who pleaded guilty in the deaths of
Markham, Ontario man who killed his entire family gets life in prison, no chance of parole for 40 years. So what happened? Sorry, my monitor turned off. A 24-year-old Markham, Ontario man who killed his mother, father, sister, and grandmother inside their family home last summer has been sentenced to life in prison with no chance of parole for 40 years. So why did he kill his entire family? Well, where does it say? Where is it? So why did he do it? I can tell you guys, but I want to see what the article writes. So, So why did he murder his entire family? Here. Zaman told the friend he felt shame because family believed he was studying engineering at York University. He was enrolled in electronics engineering program at Seneca College, but dropped out in 2015 after 2 semesters due to failing grades. And then for the next 4 years, he pretended to be in university when all he did was just every morning he would go out and he just play video games at some local place, and he would come home pretending he was still in classes and whatnot. By July 2019, Zaman's had been leading a double life for years. Rather than facing revelation of his lie to his family, he brutally murdered them all at home. So he lied about going to university for 4 years, and when people were like, his family was like, "Shouldn't you be graduating?" He killed them all. Because I don't believe. Sorry, I was restarting the computer. Or not restarting the computer, turning on my monitor again. That's why it just got weird. Wait, did he kill his kid too? Wait, what? There was no dead children involved? Anyways, I expected, I didn't really believe Sugma was doing his PhD. Just because you have a PhD doesn't mean you're actually smart. It means you're book smart, but not actually smart, you know what I mean? So yeah. Hold on. Go to the title screen. So I always figured he either wasn't serious about this, or he was gonna murder his family. So I've been watching out for this entire time. Sugma is crazy because of the PhD. Wow, you're also supportive of him. You make me feel weird, as if I was the weirdo for expecting it all to be a lie.
みんな倒せば私もゴッデスに
Sugma's not American, by the way. He's doing school in America, but he's not American. Wait, Sugma, are you American? Wait, what? Are we... They made me restart? What the fuck? I can't believe they're making me restart this. Oh my god, Alright, one sec. I should have kept going. Yeah, Sugma's not American. He's from hell. At least that's what I think. Oh my god. Wait. You just have to go left, right? Yeah. Chalky cheeks? What are you going... What are you doing here for? Do you ever think about changing your name to, like, Lush Cheeks? Lush Cheeks? Wait, what? It's not too far off? Okay. Oh, you can't use it to push them back. I think it keeps our stuff, right? So we didn't actually restart everything, I think. If I find a maiden to lotion, then maybe. You should always lotion. It's just good for you. Wow, that's a really big parry range. Okay, we're caught up. Let me just beat the boss. Okay, I think we had to watch 6 episodes of Idolmaster Day to make up for last week. But I really want to watch a horror movie. Okay, there you go. We're saved. Okay, this should be a boss. Then we should be good. I really want to watch a horror movie. I've been wanting to watch a horror movie all... Press jump button to descend. Okay. I thought they baited us to kill ourselves. Did you use Q yet? No. Only noobs use Q. Oh! I need double jump here. Okay, we weren't supposed to be here yet. They have a spider that gives you blue nails before its venom kills you. Oh, that's interesting. You like blue nails? Do you like dying? Wait, is this the start of the game? You lost again? I think they sent me to the start of the game. They did. Ugh, fine, I'll just do it another time. Yeah, they sent me to the start of the game. Alright, I'll worry about it another time. Yeah, it's like Hollow Knight. It's really fun. I like it. Alright, let's check out Sugmo's thing and then let's get on to anime night already. Alright. Our favorite Sugma of all time, because there's only one, sent us this. Banner performance tier list per Sensor Tower grossing up until October 2024. And, I mean, for those who were there at the start of everything, you know I made a bet on this. And it was just, well, this is going to suck this year. And it absolutely did suck. The best performing of the banner for 2024 is still, as of this time, still Christmas 2024. That should not even count. Because that banner was first teased and everything in December of last year. Sorry. It's Christmas of 2023. Could Christmas 2024 have a chance of beating this? Probably not, but we'll see. Second best banner was when they first showed off their new hero class, which are emblem heroes, and ever since then, everything has been shit. We have one A tier, no S tiers, one B tier. During the summer, apparently Faye did fairly well. Really? They did? I don't really buy that. Okay. But in the summer, Faye did fairly well. Chooser Legends and summer heroes like Goveg, they got a C tier. I guess for Fire Emblem Heroes, C is a good mark. If Fire Emblem Heroes could bring home a report card filled with C's, I think Nintendo would be very happy. I don't think anyone else would be happy with that, but like, yes, Nintendo would be very happy. So I guess that's fairly good for Summer to be a bunch of C's, as well as the other heroes being other part Summer and of course the Echoes banner that first release. So those are other C banners. But yeah, for Fire Emblem Heroes, C is a high grade. Anyways, as for D, New Year's, Emblem Celica, Lottie Sigurd is also a D banner. Wow, I thought Sigurd was game changing. I mean, he is game changing. He's still a D. Okay. Into E tier we go now. We have Nurgles. Oh my god, the Fallen banner is now an E tier. Ugh, that's disgustingly bad. The new Three Houses characters, as well as the new Dagger aided hero, is a E tier. Bruh, that's terrible. This is how you know they are releasing too many classes that don't mean or do anything. Where's Regan? Oh. Regan's all the way down at G tier. Is it fair to say at this point that aided heroes are a failure? I think it's very fair to say that. Aided heroes suck. Emblem Ike is in E tier because E tier means emblem tier. That's a story people coping can stick with. Anyways, Easter heroes are also E because Easter starts with E. And Halloween heroes are also E tier because Halloween has an E in it. Yeah, that's right. It's Halloween. There you go. Anyways, as for the other characters, whatever. Oh wow, the new Fjorm was also E tier. That's sad. Dual Leon was E tier, even though he was so game changing. All right, bunch of other E tiers. Let's go to F tiers. F tier stands for fun, not failure. Fun. In the fun tier, we have the new not Halloween heroes. The new summer. What are they called again? Yukata heroes, I guess. Sure. And then we have the new Corrin that people hyped up so much, but ended up not mattering. Okay, well, Corrin's there too. I guess he's pretty good. In G tier, we have aided heroes first banner as well as engaged heroes. Yeah, that was pretty bad. G tier. Ugh. Really? I didn't think it was a good banner, but like, I didn't think it was that bad. I thought it'd be at least F tier, but it's G tier. Okay, continuing on, we get to I think that's that. We're caught up now. The worst banner of the year is still thus far the Zura banner. Because sure. And then followed by Loki banner. And then the AHR losers banner. So yeah. Anyways, A Hero Rises was a G tier. Because it was Green Dream, therefore it should be in G tier. Listen, I'm coping really hard for the Fae players who cope really hard, alright? I don't really think all these things. Anyways, that's our tier list, guys. Give me your thoughts. I'm really sorry for those people who still buy into the nonsense that Fae is fine. You would never be happy with a report card like this. And you would clearly not be happy with these heroes to use your credit card, so. But yeah, that's that.
There's one more thing at the bottom, Nemza.
What? I don't know what that is. In I tier. Oh, is that Hirschfelger? I just realized it's Hirschfelger. Damn. Our newest banner, which I couldn't even tell what the heck this was, is an I tier. We talked about this during our reaction stream, that this is the worst performing. This character doesn't make any sense. They need to make her Astra at least for her to have a chance of survival. Okay, Hirschfelger has set a new record for worst banner, I tier. Congratulations. Anyways, that's Fire Emblem Heroes. If you wanted to feel sad about the game, I mean, there's so many reasons to feel sad about the game. But if you want to feel better about the game, I'm sure this did not give you any good reasons to feel better about it. Look, there's another really interesting thing about Fire Emblem Heroes that I will cover in the near future, but I won't cover it tonight.
Quoting Flareblitz, yes, Burb Lady is the new lowest performing banner in Fae history. And yes, I asked a Discord chat what to do with her, and the request is to undraw her icon badly to use Elmer's purple glitter glue to attach her.
Okay, I didn't even know it was her. But I'm glad that Flare Blitz had fun with it. Also, shouts to Flare Blitz. Great job keeping track of this. I really feel like this community needed this years ago, actually. The reality is, we never woke up in time. Did you know Fae players are just so used to mediocrity from IS. And most of the time, it's because they don't play other games, so they don't know what it looks like to have a well-ran game. Despite how much crap people talk about Hoyoverse, the creators of Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, Zenless Zone Zero, despite how much crap they talk about even companies like Netmarble, I honestly believe if any of those other companies were in charge of Fire Emblem Heroes, it would be ran better than today. I truly believe that. Because IS, I don't know what IS is doing at this point. They're just letting this game flounder. But there is something really interesting about IS that I want to talk about in the future, but not tonight. Anyways, we just had the worst banner of all time in Fire Emblem Heroes, and it's officially Hirschfelger's banner. To the surprise of, well, I don't think anyone should be surprised by that. But yeah, that is that. They also explained away with his debut color sharing emblem Valencia being way worse than the scheduled first rerun Martin Vaser. Okay. Is that an I tier? Yeah. You guys think Fire Emblem Heroes will eventually reach, I don't know, Z tier? They're running out of letters at this point, just saying. Alright, you guys ready for anime night? I don't even know if Mono's still here. There's a G and F tier. We go past those numbers. Cause Fire Emblem Heroes mediocrity. But again, I really feel like this community needed all this stuff way earlier. It's too late to turn things around, you know? There's nothing to turn around anymore. The game is dead. You have to try... Like, you can't bring something that's dead back to life. You have to save it before it dies. And unfortunately, I just don't think we did that. By the way, is Aerosenin still here? Shout out to Aerosenin who donated so I can get Cinderella's costume. Thank you so much. You're such a bro. I really appreciate you. Even though you are a traitor. I still love you. You are my favorite man born in 789. That's wrong. It is right. 789. You're my favorite person born in 789. That means you beat... Let's see. Famous people born in 789. Okay. That means I like you more than all these people. I like you more than all these people. I'm trying really hard to identify one of them so I can talk some shit. I like you more than Odo the First, the Count of Orleans. What did he ever do? Aside from being a Odo. Isn't he supposed to be a great ruler? Oh, no, this is a Count. This is a Count. This wasn't King Odo, my mistake. Yeah, fuck Odo. You're better than Odo. You're better than Beowulf, who's not Beowulf. You're better than this dude. Just don't ask me what he did. I don't know. But you're better than all these people born in 789. I want you to know that. I wasn't even born in 789. You are born in 789. Guys, most people, when they put a number behind their names, that's when they were born. When it's 3 numbers, that's when they were born. Who the fuck is that I? Oh, let me see. This is like nobody. You're better than this guy, whose name I will not even attempt to say. Wow. You're better than Empress Dowager Goo. Empress Dowager? Okay, I don't know. 789 is easy peasy keys to press. I thought you pressed it because you wanted everyone to know when you were born. Are you trying to hide it from everyone that you were born 1,000 years ago? I think you should be proud to have fought in Crusades. Wager. Dowager? Isn't that what I said? Man doesn't read otomes. I put that off. I'm still supposed to read an otome on stream. Alright. Anyways, let's wrap this up so we can watch anime. I'm sure Mono will give me a earful after this. But at least we got through all the important things of the night. Let me open up my box. Let me open up my box. Oh, that's it. Well, I think there would be something more than that. Once I open that and merge it, I will pass this man. But I don't want him to know that I have it. But my takeover of the server is almost complete. It's almost complete. Look. Once I take that merge and I'll be first again. Then it's just one more to go. Then I take over the server. Round 2. Are you guys fucking? What are you guys doing? All right. Let's start setting up. Let me take over Sang's server. No, take over your own server. This is my server. Oh, send social points. When do we get the next one? What do we do for this? Clear hard story one time. When is the second one? Oh, that's it. In terms of login, that's it. The remainder are in challenges, right? I'm gonna double check real quick. Oh, not challenge. Whoopsies. Whoop. Sorry, that's wrong. Oh, that's it. Just clear normal story. Normal story, hard story, and that's it. That's the final 2 copies. Okay. Alright. My main quest right now is to search for the idols, but I don't know where to find it. Search for the idols? What idols? Okay, anyways. We took in Marfonts. But he doesn't, I don't think he speaks English. Oh, okay. Alright. Wait, we're in Genshin right now? Did one of the mods put me in Genshin? Why? I didn't switch myself to Genshin. I was gonna do all this in just chatting today. Yeah, Casey, and my response to that was... you said playing Genshin. I was just showing it off because we're covering something, and I said... no, I'm not really playing Genshin. That's why we're just chatting. That's my response to that. How come none of you guys said that? Yeah, when we were doing the relic thingy, I only went over to Genshin to show that stuff off, but I didn't plan on going to the Genshin category. How come none of you guys said that? I have explained many times before that this thing glitches. Obviously on my end. Remember, I do all this stuff in OBS. And in OBS, it was said I wasn't just chatting. Alright. I'm surprised that you... Because I responded what Casey said and nobody said anything to the contrary. So I was just like, did he want me to switch to Genshin category even though I wasn't playing Genshin? We were talking about like, you know, the molding resin thing, making artifacts. That's what we're talking about. And I was just showing it off briefly, but I wasn't gonna play Genshin. Just curious, when is anime? Like in a few minutes. I was trying to draw your attention to the fact that you're playing Nikke, but it said Genshin. Next time I'll just tell you. Thank you. Again, for obvious reasons, I wouldn't have a window watching my own stream up. What I do have up is, okay, here. For on my end, this thing glitches out, but it doesn't always glitch out. Hold on. Wow, this looks so wrong. Wow, I don't know why the perspective is all wrong. Okay, this is what I see on my left side monitor. Right? And it glitches sometimes. So sometimes when I switch categories and stuff, it doesn't switch. But I can only assume it switched. Because otherwise I would have to, like, imagine switching categories and then you have to go on Twitch to check. Like, I don't have the patience for that. Because I figured if I get it wrong, you guys would just tell me. But yeah, that stuff glitches sometimes. So even though when I change the category, it will just say it's... I would never know. Anyways, we're starting anime night in a moment. I'm just finishing this last part up, and then we're gonna go. We're watching Automaster, though Casey, you weren't here last week, right? When we watched Uzumaki. Oh my god. Not only did I feel depressed by the end of it, I felt dizzy. Seeing the spirals over and over again was making me dizzy. Everyone was right about it. It was not good. It makes me sad that it was not good. I was so looking forward to it. Alright. 10, 7, 8. It's only 3 more normal skill and then 2 more of the big ones. Alright, take care, Neko. Thanks for dropping on by. No, I watched it as it was airing. Okay. Yeah. Did you like it? Though I would struggle to see why you would like it. I didn't really feel like watching it again. I don't blame you. I enjoyed the first episode, and that was about it. The rest of it was just... I kept trying to give it chances. It's kind of drove me nuts by the end of it. Alright. Quick roll. And just attack. Wow, we've gotten just attack twice now. At the same percentage, too. Alright. So, pretty soon I'll have Cinderella good to go. Alright. Wait, we have mods in here! Can you guys... Please, in the future, please help. Please help. I don't want to blame you guys, but My goodness. I wish this stuff was obvious. It's not obvious at all. I can level up the shotgun now. How many shotguns I have? 2. I should probably do that. I have one more rocket launcher to give to Senti. Let's do that. 237. I also have to finish the weekly face stuff while we're watching. All right, I think I'm happy with all that. Let's give it to Senti. 86740. Eight 6 7 4 0. 89857. Okay. And let's give the shotgun over. Let's maintain this first. Give the shotgun over afterwards. Get lucky, get lucky, get lucky. Oh, come on! No luck. Bruh. Unbelievable. Get lucky, please. Come on. Oh, come... Wow. We have no luck tonight. Okay, we just used 9. Come on. There you go. It took us 10, but we're done with it. 10. Alright, now I can just change it to the SR, the purple shotgun. How big of a change will it be? We are at 101575. $103191. Okay, that's a pretty big jump. I should select a rocket launcher. SR rocket launcher for her as well. Okay, let me do that real quick. Here. 1 SR rocket launcher. One 00550. 10020086. Okay. All these little small upgrades are making a difference. Okay, I think we're good to go. The only thing left is to max out Alice. Do I dare? I think I should try to max out Alice right now. Let's just do it. It would help make Kraken a bit easier. Here we go. 8%. 2.2%. 8%. Here we go. Come on. Oh, wow. Nothing. 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 Unbelievable. Well, the big one's 30% now. Let's just try it. 3 of them. Let's just try it. Come on. Oh, come on. Wow, it took all of it. Okay. We're at 10 now, but that took everything. Wow, we had no luck on dolls tonight, huh? Four sniper rifles, holy crap. She has this snipe, yeah. Shotgun, I can't change that. Shotgun, I can change this one, but I probably should hold on to that because we don't have solar rate anymore. This. Still the worst mechanic in the game? Yeah, it's Sag. Okay, this matters. Come on. No luck. Come on. What? It's a 24%. Oh my god. Holy crap. This is awful. We have 24% chance. Are you serious? Wow. Huh? Wow. Here I was like, I have 4 SR sniper rifles. I'll give it to D because I'm gonna be using D a lot more in the future. Yeah, that's not happening tonight. Okay. That was painful. Okay, I guess that's that. Those are upgrades we can make tonight. At least we got a bunch of rocket launcher dolls. Here, I can give the other one here. No, let's hold it. I was so desperate for rocket launcher dolls. Alright guys, with that, we should be good. Enhanced equipment. We're gonna finally do anime night. We're gonna just be watching Idolmaster tonight because I don't have anything else to watch. Mono Arrow donated so we could pull for Cinderella. But Cinderella's not here right now, so I have to wait. $6130. The rest of this can wait. Tomorrow we'll do the anniversary story. We were supposed to do it tonight, but I'm way too exhausted. I was supposed to take a day off on Thursday, but I ended up streaming, so... okay, let's set this up. We're gonna go over to Idolmaster. What episode did we end off Idolmaster on? We were only 3 episodes in, right? 2106. 2106, 13,000. I think I have enough for like 2 levels sometime soon. Yeah, so we're on episode 4. Okay, let's begin this. It will be on Kick because if I stream it on Twitch, I will get banned. And I don't want that to happen, so we will do it on Kick. If everyone's free to drop on by, if you're heading out, have a great night. It was fun tonight. We did a lot of random stuff. And yeah, let's get this started. I'm gonna raid someone on Twitch first. You said you weren't doing any more wajajas. You said you weren't doing any more. You liar. I hope one day someone anally destroys you while they say wajaja. At least I think that would be scary. I think that's terrifying, in fact. Okay. Okay. My last Waja, because you won't see me again till next stream. Shake my head. Oh, that's true. I'll miss you, Kaio. Take care of yourself, you stupid goober. What if I just said you stupid? Haha. Alright, we're gonna rate Hug. She's been awesome. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here for the stream. Sorry for all the rants. You guys don't... You guys should take... I already don't think I say very many serious things, but some people take it a bit too seriously. Good night, Lightning. Good night, Andre. Good night, Aerosenin. Good night, Kaio. Good night, Ryan. Good night, Womaness. Good night, Mono. Good night, Kyle. Good night, Oboomer. Good night, Casey. We're gonna go over to Kick right now, and we're gonna be watching Automaster. This should be our Kick link. Yeah, we're gonna be watching Automaster. Be right back. I'll just drop you guys off at Hug. We'll write happy Hug raid. Look at that. Wait, hold on. Oh! I haven't had one small PP all night long. Lightning got nothing on me. Alright. Anyways, we'll be right back with some Automaster. Nikke anniversary story tomorrow. I was supposed to do account reviews today, but I'll do that tomorrow as well. Anyways, take care, everyone. Sleep tight. And for those enjoying who are gonna watch Automaster with me, we're starting in a couple minutes. I'm just gonna say a couple things to Hug before we begin. All right, good night. Here we go.